about his flashy performances on stuff
What is up, boys? Welcome back to another live stream.
He does it better than
What is up? How's you?
It's astounding the level of skill that this guy has.
How's you?
That's what we keep talking about. It's very much a David versus Goliath situation. GG can do it as we get started onto Split, and this is a map where it has been the go-to genuinely for the longest time for Leviathan. Doesn't matter that they be running the same defaults in and out. It's time for that match start.
What is up, chat? What is up?
Sorry. If they are the David in this Goliath story, they've got two stones that are going to fit into the sling, and that is those duelists, Dejazine and Serona.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Chat, अपन किसके साइड पे कोई मेरे को याद दिलाओ? EG ना? नहीं रे, साटो भी है. Chat, साटो versus Spotter. ठीक है, साटो ने मारा. मिड में मेरे को 4 स्मोक्स दिख रहे हैं.
A real commitment of it, and Dejazine going down early, but that's out Haunter now popping through with a flash forwards as Sato again. Head off the shoulders here for Zerona, gliding forward, still tucked to the corner, but that is lovely aim, lovely work over the shoulder, helping out.
Superman, the final one left alive to pick up the pieces. He has found that gap over towards A. That's something that EG might want to rely on later on. You know, if you can pull blows into mid like this, there is going to be a big gap for Superman, but this is not the round to capitalize on it. In fact, in rounds like this, sometimes it's better to go down and
15 घंटा स्ट्रीम पागल नहीं होते क्या? पागल क्यों होऊंगा मैं? या फिर ये भी तो हो सकता है मैं ऑलरेडी पागल और स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूं.
Obviously spotted out at this point. Sato is unbelievable. I mean, 4 kills from on a pistol, 1 away from the ult already.
नहीं उठाता था ना वो. अल्टी आ गया था उसका.
He's defined himself very clearly as the best Phoenix in the world.
जो एक बंदा किल उठा है वो भी 1 HP था. साटो ने मारा था उसको बे.
People like, I don't know, Primmy, maybe?
ये वाला.
Not that he was playing a lot of Phoenix on the run-up, he was mostly playing Jet, but...
क्या बोला?
If Zerona is him, I don't know what words you're going to use to talk about Sato.
Yeah.
अच्छा है साटो भाई.
Sato is at next level.
It really is. That's why we're talking about it. It is a significant step up from one game to the next for EG.
भाई एक किल मार के भाग जाना चाहिए.
The quality of players, like Envy have high quality players, but this team system works brilliantly with LEV.
Yeah, it's about how well it's put together, but this is quite nice from Dejazine. He's already taking charge of the situation. Spike with that judge, but listen, trying to square up, trying to scrap as well. He's pulling a couple of players, bringing them down low. No real kills here, but surely Neon with a follow-up, tries to spray him down, anticipating that re-swing.
Hey, this is danger.
Has handed over 2 guns.
2 rifles.
Spike still not with that upgrade.
दोनों गन फेंक दो और फिर प्लांट करो.
He can take an engagement here and one-shot either of these players.
हाँ, मैं इजी रहता ना दोनों बंदे लो हैं.
Time to engage. He's already through and out. It's a lot of damage done again, but that Bulldog in the hands of Dejazine. He's taken over now. Already still damaged. He plays as weak as anything, but it goes both ways. Blows. Oh, into the 1v1. It's Bowden takes it for a thrifty win early on. Smiles on their faces, no doubt about it.
I can't believe the judge didn't get the one shot there on a 50 health player.
It
feels like it,
yeah. Is.
I got that, my brain's still on a previous patch. This is a really heavy commitment here coming out through mail by Sato. Sato goes in to try to help out the first player who dies, King, but King didn't have a weapon. So Sato's overcommitment there actually gives the weapon away, and they can't recover it. It's a huge opportunity for EG. These are the kind of things that you want to capitalize on when you're the underdog in a squad like this, in a situation like this, rather.
We're going to be taking it slow for now.
The Paper X play.
It is. Straight through the smoke. Little pop flash play through.
Bro,
a lot of damage done, Pancake's got to be careful here. Sato. He's only got the classic, but he's still looking to see if he can take this fight. And this is Pancake's is hard committed into the corner.
When have you seen a
It's so unorthodox, but it works out in favor. LEV forcing the issue.
That's crazy. Sato now has a gun and an ult.
And just like this, we're going to see the back and forth thrifties potentially. Zerona looking to plug up a potential gap over towards Heaven. Now side control. Spike. He's going to need to do some miraculous stuff with a bandit in hand. Potentially the right tool, but with that rifle, straight A, he's got to run it back to playoff. This is going to be a full heal back up. He's taking a fight forward. Spike just plays it beautifully. Takes one down to the grave with him. Sato, happy to slow it down. Not force the issue. This is Superman though with a mass rotation potentially, looking to see if he can get all the way to the B site.
30 seconds
30 seconds roughly now.
Speed se baaga 2-3 उठा के.
Time. A lot of space here for the plant.
Yeah, he's got to reposition, I think, into a situation where he can catch Sato. That's the big advantage that he currently has. Sato was giving him a ton of credit that he was going to loop back into A. So Superman digs himself into a forward position. Does Sato think about it?
Oh, अभी तक आया क्यों नहीं? वो timing लेके जा सकता है.
Forward position is absolutely everything. And a 2-1 start here for EG. Definitely got dicey.
Big I love you. Love
their economy's already in a good spot because they thrifted the previous one. And
Thank you.
Phoenix out of Sato. You can talk about the fact that this was a dangerous round for EG when it maybe shouldn't have been.
बाप player है भाई. कौन है ये? उसका aim चिपका zero ना.
I'm fairly happy about that.
Last time खेला तो ना वो कि नहीं player.
Might have even set them up into a better position because now Zerona with the ult advantage could put them in a position where Lev's economy is going to get knocked again. Yeah. Can they snowball this?
Ram take over towards it, running back now going to be used through the main choke point. Nobody is home. Fastly known forwards. Vizazine trying to sidestep a lot of Yuto coming his way. There's many layers to this. DTP up and towards heaven.
That's a cool anti-strat. They're trying to punish blows who would normally be spamming there.
But there's a rapid take again. The repush already called for. Lever looking to see if they can flip back down towards the Ram, but the fight into the smoke up towards heaven. It's dominated. King Fells bow in the process here, and Superman's left with a very difficult decision making. He's just trying to hold on for as long as he possibly can, but a Hawk revealing out towards the back, and that is Spike and Blows already activating, collapsing onto the side, a little bit of a sidestep, but Superman not ready for that one. Blows immediately on the right line.
Their A retakes are just too good. You shouldn't be able to play A retake every round and win as much as they do. But I think they were saying that they win. This is the stat that
channel not found are kahan se not found are bhai
this out after London.
They were winning something like
63-65% of their A retakes. Your numbers should be half that as a good team. It's astonishing how many of these they win. And that was a cool idea from EG. They know that Blows likes to play in A Heaven, so they slid their Neon into the A Heaven smoke at the same time as they TP their own up there. And somehow Blows has got the spidey sense to back off before it even happens.
Not for now.
That was EG trying to be the anti-strat team. And yet somehow Lev duck and weave past all of these ideas every time.
Not much in the bank in terms of weaponry here. EG. Here, a rifle in the hands of the Jazim, but a flash and a refight once more. Call for Spike. Oh my! Just combines his might.
It's too good.
Alongside Sato.
You can't fight these guys in B, mate.
No, you can't. It's their domain.
Bro, kitna pyara bhai.
Such a good opener here.
Sato ka
I'd
ek
love
aur
to see
ult aa raha hai.
Be able to pick up some of that momentum and snowball it forwards, and instead this is going to be Lev with the lead.
But उसने already 2 ult मारा, अभी तीसरा है ना?
Really unusual thing to say after that you drop the anti-eco straight after this.
It really is. All pro players trying to make full usage of the Bandit, I think, with the recent buffs.
Oh, the Bandit is so good. That was one of the reasons why we saw.
वो लोग वापस लेंगे B में ना भी, ult आने वाला है. A retake खेलेंगे.
Eco rounds in the first place.
Yeah.
Double flash reclear setup. Phoenix flash going out to the right-hand side. Giving you even less time to react to it.
Let's try. Let's try.
Yeah, you can start to see, I mean,
वापस सेम करेंगे वो लोग.
Protocol's not really in place, I think, to have players in the anti-flash, but even
मेरा थोड़ी सुनने बैठे हैं वो लोग पागल. खेलना तो जैसे
so,
करना.
multiple layers that Lever putting on display.
बिग भाई एक बात बताओ, अगर स्कोर 10-11 है और 10 वालों पे नॉर्मल क्रेडिट से they should force buy और से try not ult भी देखना पड़ता.
Arrived onto the scene.
अगर अच्छे एजेंट्स हैं जिनके पास अल्ट से तो हल्का सा लाइट बाय करके अल्ट के बेसिस पे ट्राई कर सकते हैं.
Right time to strike. Right where the iron is hot. Good sidestep by Kings, at least able to return with a couple of more bullets, but at a player disadvantage now. Lev in a 2v3.
Well, we've all seen this highlight. Sato with a 4K as he ran through a pit, but I don't think King and Neon are going to feel quite as confident as Sato did in his Phoenix ult.
Spike is just on the outside of the pit. Paranoia is going to be running forwards. Players already vacating though and on the move.
Yeah, it's a nice rewrap.
Yeah, it's planning for heaven. Smoke though is going to be obfuscating
some
level of this. He's tucked around a corner. He's tucked around a
surely
corner.
not.
He's tucked around a corner. King! Okay! Was worried for a second.
मालूम पड़ गया लेकिन लेट हो गया.
Could you tell?
I think EG might have been as well. If he hadn't been inside the pit there, it's possible that he might have lived.
Yeah.
But
कैसे हो सब बढ़िया मेरे को लगा हो गया
making EG
नहीं
sweat.
होने देता
Nevertheless,
plant
this
है ना?
little play over towards A ramp, it's not
Digizine
just
crazy
Digizine
मारा
tucking
भाई।
into a corner. It's Zerona being there to flash peek off his contact. And I think if you were going to come up with an anti against LEV on this map, the simplest one you can do is get into A with Viper Molly and Viper Orb in A heaven so that you don't die to blows at the beginning and just play 5v5 post plants. 5v5 post plants on A, in theory you should be able to win. In reality, actually, LEV are incredible at them, but it's not a bad idea coming out from EG, from Potter.
इतना ज़्यादा चेंज नहीं दिखेगा जितने कोचेस आते हैं मतलब सीधा रीसेट नहीं होता है एक कोच के दूसरा अगर चलो सीधा रीसेट फुल्ली रीसेट नहीं कर सकता जो नया कोच है वो अपना आइडियाज और वही चीज को थोड़ा मॉडिफाई करता है
especially when you've played 92 games of
पूरा रीसेट करेगा सारे डिफॉल्ट तो लग जाएंगे
talk about it sometimes teams as much as teams do want to stay on top the fatigue can set in and it's difficult to remain there.
There's a strategic adjustment in this round as well,
सब बढ़िया welcome back thank you
on A ramp but that's allowed EG to go up mid a little easier. And this is a weird smoke. It's
bro
like
Google का CEO भी Indian origin है but that doesn't matter. We need Binks by there.
Clear a bit of space. Good punish by Digizine.
ये कौन सा वाला मारा है?
Spots it. Killer instinct on Lion King. Swiftly accosted. Yeah, and he's going to be taken out. But Neon onto that push. A high ground. Target prioritization. Digizine lights them all up.
That's an immaculate round by Digizine. Doesn't get better than that. Quite a difficult entry to get actually. He was sliding into a defender's face. But snaps his crosshair up, deals with everyone else. He's going to get the final here too.
Unaware of it. Hold on. Yeah, tapping away there. Vandal gets it done.
Brilliant round from Digizine.
9-6.
That's the kind of magic that EG need to be able to power them
I
through
never
some
thought I would
situations.
watch streamer play games and here I am
They'd already
watching you watching others play.
Left to think like they were just going A-pop, 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 and that pulls Spike off mid allows them an easier route through mid.
कुछ ऐसा भी रूल है कि अगर इंडिया की टीम है तो मिनिमम 3 प्लेयर्स इंडियन होने चाहिए विजिट में नेक्स्ट ईयर से रीजनल हो रहा है ना सब
Being 4-3 up.
Definitely so. It's working out, man. I mean, this is a
सारे अपने अपने यहाँ पे जाएंगे वहाँ से चालू करेंगे.
Forces the timeout from Leviathan because EG clearly coming in with some pretty good ideas, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be creative in terms of the compositions that you run. I think this is something that people sometimes get twisted. You don't need to have an elaborate, crazy anti-strat.
Why India not in VCT? पता नहीं मैं बात करता हूँ उनसे.
But the more that you're aware of their tendencies, the more you can come up with ideas.
Why no one talks about scrims in Velo like they all play, but how scrim works कोई बात नहीं करता. बात करने से क्या है?
But EG mixing together the A site pops with more of the mid defaulting is going to cause a lot of problems for Spike in particular. Because Spike is the guy that has to go and help blows if required.
Trying to stay active.
Lev got
a lot of ults to use on the other side of the attack timeout.
Yeah, that's the silver lining for them.
I came home after job at night.
Take control away from EG, the tempo. Take the fights into EG, so that when they are in these slow rounds, you can more accurately tell where they're at.
इंडिया का प्लेयर नहीं है, but Indian origin का है. अरे माँ कसम, तो इसने Google का example पेल दिया.
It's back up to new box to take a listen into Lev as well as we see what they potentially cooked up for this one.
3, 2, 1, Neon mara. Bro, W blind. पीछे जाना पड़ेगा.
Tô ficando trefando aqui ainda.
Dominando CT na só, guys. Cuidado do
Tem
céu.
muita ulti,
Cuidado do céu, Sato. Cuidado do céu.
Tá, tô olhando o céu aqui.
दो मारेगा.
Sai daqui.
Nice रे.
Consegue tocar meu, Bruno?
Calma, não consigo ainda.
Você esquece
मस्त bait play किया.
Tá, eu tomei a laço. Quer trocar de arma, viado?
Vai, joga aqui, Vando, isso aí eu tô de foto agora.
Tá, olha isso.
Pro Read Pro Max, लेकिन 5v2 है इसके.
Não tem muita vibe.
É, o céu lá, vai. Tu pra corda aqui.
Toma HS, vai. Tenta vir no lugar. Tenta vir comigo. Vai
pra minha,
passando base, passou base CT.
Passou base?
Pra ver?
Deu pra ver, King, deu pra ver.
Céu.
Tô estrefando o meio, guys, agora.
Tá céu, ele não pode vir em base agora, King.
Pode corta o Spike. Não, pode. Pode.
Vai estar 70, né?
Não, não pode, meio. CT não pode, ele tá céu, ó.
Age restriction भी है क्या विजिट में?
Isso, assim tá bom.
18.
Ele tá meado.
Bangou corda.
Bangou a corda.
Comeu corda.
Eu vou ficar, eu fico,
Inside,
eu
inside.
vou combinar.
Remaining.
Minha, toma de vida. Morri.
Boa, caralho! Bora, caralho! Bora,
NP,
porra! Bora, caralho.
Well, it's a sliver of life that King survives on, but the team gets it done in the end. And
ये रीजन वाला क्या
losing
चीज
track
है
of where the EG
एक्सप्लेन
players
करो
were, you
जी
could see and hear,
नेक्स्ट ईयर
tell
सब
really the
जैसा
chaos
पहला था वैसे होने वाला है
communication, just trying to clear up the picture of where they could be.
मैक्सिमम मीटिंग
Yeah, and that's
मैक्सिमम दे
because
रहे मिनिमम
I think
दे
Superman has a
मैक्सिमम
good
करो
idea
40 साल
of
तक
if you
खेलने का
create
खेल
pressure over towards B, there are going to be gaps that open
Maximum
towards A
कुछ
and
नहीं
mid. And so he exploited that, but it was too little too late. I think a lot of credit should be given to the way that Neon plays over towards B. It's so easy as an Omen to get punished in that spot, but he lives with 59 HP,
इधर तो
and it's
डिप स्मोक देखा
critical
हुआ
for the
लग
rest
रहा
of
है
their
चैट
round.
इंस्टेंट
EG are going to go back to that
इसके तो स्ट्रीम
B
पे
main fake pressure.
हाँ
Dejazine
इनपुट
will
डिले
find
करने
no
के लिए
angles here
देख
looking
रहे हो
into a
देख रहे
pit
हो
with his op. And the op, I'm not sure about this one from Dejazine, because it's been the faster plays and the ability to get into A quickly that have caused the problems. He's always got the ult in the back
लैपटॉप से
pocket,
नहीं
so
बेच
it's not
सकते
going to
नहीं
be the
सिर्फ
worst thing in the
मोबाइल से
world, but maybe they're hoping to find an A ramp pick. It looked like he wanted to walk up
मेरे
mid with
पास
that, though.
टाइमिंग बहुत अच्छा है कि ओमेन के पास स्मोक नहीं है
Potential
ओमेन ने
punish on
5
where
सेकंड
they
में
know the
दोनों
player
स्मोक डाल
positions
दिया
are. They can hear a jump spot, but I think it's all silent up onto Ram from Spike. He's aiming for it though. That is good work. Indeed. Bit of spam as well. Blows will reveal his position and his hand.
और
Fowler
जाओ
down.
साइड मालूम है
Not
एक बंदा
towards it,
लेफ्ट
but
साइड
they're
पे
happy to slow it down
रोटेशन
once
आया नहीं
more.
जस्ट
But
मारा है
a minute on the mark. There's in no real rush. Superman moving forwards up through mid while the rest of this pressure is made. It's just Pancakes being able to find that kill onto Sato. Meanwhile, the kill was claimed into mid.
Yeah, that was King finding Superman, and they know that EG only have one lurker, so now King, he doesn't care about mid anymore.
No, you see the running back now utilised, but
Bro,
that's going to be a seize to
सब
lock you in place. Blows, he's under tremendous amount of
सब
pressure,
आ
needs a bit of a bailout,
Bro,
but King
बाप
just
blind
immediately
दिया,
going to be
बाप.
taken out already. Target,
बाप blind दिया.
prioritization is elite from Blows. Tucked tight into the corner, the
Bro,
damage done, and there's
बाप
a
blind दिया
slam
Neon
dunk
ने.
finish from Neon.
बाप
Unreal work.
insane
Lev adjusting the way that they play their defense, not playing the A retake, getting Blows into that tugged slant corner, and you are so right with that. The target prioritization is world-class, unbelievable there. Taking out the player that had the rifle, even though they weren't looking in that direction. Then he kills the player that grabs the rifle out there, who isn't flashed. Then he takes down the flash player. It's outrageously good.
इतना प्यार भाई
Genuinely
इतना प्यार
phenomenal.
से
Doesn't
मारा
get
है
sidetracked,
भाई.
doesn't get distracted.
No, that's amazing stuff from Blows, really is. It's so easy in a
It's
spot
not Pro
like
Max,
that
make it
to
easy.
either spray too much because you're under pressure,
Yeah.
to lose your cool to
प्लेयर
any
का नाम है
degree.
नहीं प्लेयर का नाम है
EG
प्लेयर
are
का
going to
नाम
take
है
an attack time out of their own here. Potter got a
फेवरेट
chance to talk to the
टीम्स
squad only
इन
a
एवरी
couple
रीजन
rounds
मोस्टली
ago.
सारे फेवरेट टीम्स है यार
But now as Lev take the lead again, EG
इतने सारे
needed an
टीम्स को
adjustment.
इतने
I don't
साल
think
से
the
देख रहा
attack
सब
op
फेवरेट ही है अभी
was the play, even though it did actually manage to generate them a pick. I think the faster plays into A and then disguising that a
Yo,
little
Bunks
bit
bhai,
so that
love you, love it
you like
too.
pump fake A a couple of times to get Superman into lurk positions is going to
एक
be the
मार
way
के
that
कुछ भी होगा साथ
EG
में
come out
करो
with more wins in this half.
Yeah.
इजी है सामने नूब्स है ऐसा बोला कंफर्म
Definitely an agreement. I think that's what worked for EG so far.
But the
कोच
problem
बन
is,
जा रहे
the
कोच
money
के
is just
पाल
ruined
नहीं
now
आते
for
परफेक्ट
EG.
मैच
That was the round that they had to get something done. Think about it. They lost the operator, which they had a massive purchase into,
That
and
रात
they
के
also
3
lost
बजे
Dejazine's ult, which would have been
बताओ
huge for them in an eco round like this.
इसको 1
They're now
घंटे
just
का
working
दूं
with scraps
2
and a
घंटे
hero
का
rifle
दूं या
for
परमा
Dejazine. But he's been the guy.
हाँ चैंप्स में भी जी फाइटिंग हो गया क्या पता
With a
नहीं
spikes
कर
position.
तो सकते हैं क्वालीफाई
See how this one gets taken. Through ramp once more.
It's cool to see
Ek
Lev
week?
get tested. I don't think you see people
एक वीक का ही ऑप्शन है
push them to the degree where Spike has to mix up his defensive positioning as much as this.
It's going to happen more and more though as well. I mean, these stage 2 matches, group stage for Lev, I mean, not the highest stakes in the world in terms of the skin in the game that they have, but for EG, it's everything. Opportunity to potentially take a very major scalp.
बोलो ने सिर्फ दिखाया कि मिड
And
ले
create
लिया
confidence for
करके
yourself that you're going to be able
अभी
to do
वो
a
लोग का
similar thing when you
rotations
get
नहीं है
towards
Lev का
play-ins, playoffs later.
अब या फिर ये लोग को फुल रीटेक खेलना पड़ेगा
EG pumped a little bit of pressure over towards A, drew Spike out of his position though, and now they're coming back.
या फिर कुछ लेकिन आई थिंक फेट स्पैम में मारेगा
Didn't hold on to the ramp pressure though. That's just
the
blows.
classic.
Yep.
Oh
Straight over
my
towards it, and he's
God.
preempting where all these players might lie. Prowler will chase him down, but luckily supportive there.
buddy.
Spike, a little bit of a misstep in terms of that stun. Pancakes It's W keying. He wasn't even facing it. Still got the kill, but it is cleaned up nevertheless. So goodbye for EG. Went the expected way.
Dude, Blows is just so good. He's such a good player. His awareness of how the map feels and when the timings are going to happen. Look at this. He's just spamming. As EG gets set up, he reads the feel of the game. How does this fight feel?
Sacrificing your sleep for visiting Americas, do you get return
like
on investment?
I need to
investment?
Create some pressure behind this? And he's just right so often.
मतलब जो मैं
Guns
टाइम
back
इन्वेस्ट
online
करता
for EG.
हूँ वो तो मेरे को
Heavy
किसी
group up towards B with their one
VCT
lurker.
में रिटर्न नहीं मिलता है रे टाइम टू मनी रेशियो
Big emphasis being placed as well. Neon crediting
तो गेम पसंद है करके देखो
when to peel back, when to play it forward.
But 30-year-old can play right कितना भी
almost caught in there.
Very aggressive. Now we can see that nightfall. It's going to be scattering onto the one side of things. You know, just sidestepping for now, and there's no hard commitment from EG. They've thrown a lot of util in the process, but now a second wave of things. They're going to be flying forwards to the fast lane. Getting a lot of ground towards the back of the site. LEV happy to concede this one because they got ultimate around that nightfall now. Scatters forwards once more, moves over the queues, and even the plan being denied. It's a molly that claims a kill of Bao. Pancakes towards the back is no more. Lit up, obliterated. It's Spike being at tip of the spear. It's 7-4 now, and at this point,
fade ult.
Definitely significant chances in this half for EG that they could have potentially taken a lead.
Cleanest flood retake.
It really is. It's so fun to see. EG running Lev's own B main default against them. With the blaze wall, with the smoke, with the pressure. And to see how Lev counter their own ideas. Which is, alright, we'll give you that little piece of the site, but then we're going to flood defend in before you even get the plant down. It feels like a retake, but it's truly a pre-take. It's before EG get into any good positions.
Yep.
Awesome to see. Here's that similar looking B default, but this time without the blaze wall from the Phoenix. Arona's going towards mid instead. That won't allow EG to put as much pressure on B. Look at how Neon gets in front
Apart
of the
from being
smoke.
good, आपका scope है फिर language.
Fighting through mid, they make a lot of noise.
और कोच का सीखना है and what do you think, is it worth mostly हर region के matches देखते हो किसी कोच का सीखना है मतलब
Look on for round 2. Going for a reclear off of just timings. Go for it once more, but nobody's home, just Sorona. Tucked to the corner, he's going to have a run it back to high pressure up towards heaven. He's going to send this one flying forwards up through mid. Spotted out though, Sato. He's got a molly at the feet, he's going to be able to force the issue. Meanwhile, the backside players, Neon, not even feeling the heat, not even feeling the pressure, but plays off of all of it perfectly. The smoke layer down on top of it. It's Bao. Difficult decision to make, couldn't even pick up the upgrade, but he does at least have the spike. Towards A.
This will be a pit up.
Yeah, pass back over to Superman.
They can absolutely win this, but the problem... Oh no, they got a Phantom out the back of this as well.
Wow, they're still working on the Guardian with shots like that though. Maybe. There's a world. Pit's gonna spill out now. Blight on top of the A site. No excuse being made, but Bao was just left wandering out into the open. Left guessing here, Superman. Potential, he's thinking about it. Not taking a timing, but he's just played and found his mark. First, highlights. It's not quick enough on top of it. Sato.
How has Sato been able to overcome Superman inside of his own pit? And they are desperate to get the attention, desperate to put EG on tilt here. An A4 half that EG had so many chances in. Honestly, played fairly impressively, but Sato dominates this round. Takes out Zorona in the midst of his ult, then throws down the molly, gets the punish.
अभी तो नहीं कर सकते हैं बहुत 7,000 कुछ तो
This team's too stacked.
4,000 videos है कुछ तो
could do no wrong is what it feels like, even with EG bringing absolutely everything at them. But the map, not finished, not done by any stretch of the imagination. Don't go anywhere.
देखना बीटी में नहीं जाती बे उसको मालूम है कि अच्छा मारा साटो ने मतलब कुछ ऐसा वो पोजीशन में कुछ कर नहीं सकता था जो कर सकता था वो किया
how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup and wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
चले क्या नींद है कि और ना दो ही कब बचा है
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even
like someone wants to be a coach for Valo and want to pursue a career in that, what do you think is compulsory for that person to know and understand the game?
Only on Verizon.
मेरे को नहीं लगता कोई ऐसा कोच बन सकता जो गेम ही नहीं खेला
From winning Masters London to finding success back in your first week in VCTA, Do you find it a little bit harder to kind of pinpoint areas to focus or improve upon when you're kind of riding on so much success?
No, I think that we are like the same team than the period before Master. You know, we only focus on the next opponent. Right now, our focus is EV Geniuses. We know that every match is hard. You know, Valorant is a game of momentum, so we are only focusing on the next game. Hopefully, we're
after this, which agent would you like to play if Raze has been picked up? Direct
focusing like too much in the future.
Yeah, well, I love seeing the progression. It's been great so far. Thank you so much.
W. क्या तो कोच बनेगा फ्यूचर में?
Let's get to it then.
फिलहाल तो कोई प्लान नहीं.
Half currently scoreline here for Leviathan. Honestly, a decent try by EG.
मैं कोच बन गया मैं स्ट्रीम नहीं कर सकता.
Map, you can tell, well versed, prepared to try and take down the master.
Insta पे मैसेज कर दे लाइव आने का. अरे इतना कुछ वो वाला सीन नहीं रे. Watching का कुछ सीन नहीं है.
And being able to generate that momentum against Lev is really difficult. It's not enough to have a good idea.
देखने हैं जिनको
They're
मजा
going to
आता है
test
लोग आएंगे
every
ना.
aspect of your game.
किसको जगाऊंगा तड़ी?
Lev.
Language and bye.
Different sides of the map, though, from what we're used to with their attack side default. They've got 4 players over towards A, walking behind the wall.
Bhai, donate me a bundle. I will bless you.
Looking to see where EG may lie.
It's already going to feel weird for EG because they haven't
Ask those membership play. I will also bless you.
Full contact A
into the A side
is a crazy adjustment. What a pistol.
Hell of a read.
That's astonishing.
Hell of a read. All that space given up. They have full residency. Squad us rights at this point.
Oh,
full walking screens with both duelists before the plan is even down.
Yeah, I mean, you hear that plan go down, you're wondering what the hell is happening here.
How is EG going to possibly read that both duelists are already screens here?
Already ingrained towards the back. Gonna have to be cleared out here. And Lev, they didn't have to spend
clear to करेंगे वो लोग.
Down to util to do it.
They're worried.
In the back pocket, though, does that stun immediately off the first signs of contact. Flash!
God, bro, क्या पागल combo कर रहे लोग?
2 kills. Sato going to be peeling.
ये क्या सूतियागिरी है? Hey, thank you for the 8 मेरी जान कर दे, राकेश भाई.
Reactions now. Gun in hand, just trying to hold it with the pixel angles of horn as well, revealing, but time is being bled firmly off the clock. A bit of running and gunning here with the pistols, but it matters not. Blows to contain it all.
What a map he's having. Blows is looking immaculate. The
City
Horde was
clear
also
कर रहे थे वो
amazing.
लोग.
And King was there on the
punish भी नहीं
replay.
हुए
He just sat
walking
in
का.
market for the majority of the round in Ramen. And then he was coming back through ropes.
क्या
As an
stun blind
insurance policy if it was
भाई.
ever required. Which it wasn't. Blows had it locked down.
For the record, was not required.
What a pistol, though. What a sick way
Valo
of
mobile
knowing
would
your
be
opponents expect
more big
something
than Valo
and
PC
subverting
thoughts.
that.
जो होना है हो जाए भाई.
Difference, to be honest. Getting
बस
one that's
grow हो
stepping
जाए
ahead
और अपने players लोग
your
उधर
opponents
देखने
are
मिले और
thinking.
कुछ नहीं चाहिए.
And now we're going to see
क्या बड़ा होएगा, क्या
more of what
छोटा
you're
होएगा.
expecting from them, that B main default. This
वो
is the kind
सब
of thing that EG will
में
have been
मेरा
prepped
zero
for.
thought.
Look at it.
They are, look at them. They've got a paranoia held. Util does need to be broken though, and that does pull Bao off the line, but he's going to be back there with a paranoia once more. Orb absorbed, flash throw now just to scare them.
Yeah, the wall there as well, hoping that it would defuse the trap. They know that EG are going to be ready for that. And they're trying to pull out as much util.
वो लोग रुके
spring
B
the trap
reclear
as early
करने
as
का.
possible.
Yeah, attempting it.
But
वो
actually,
लोग को fight
Bao
लेके ही
holding
करना
onto it
पड़ेगा.
with quite a lot of patience there.
वरना सिर्फ गंबा स्टैक है.
And maybe here, King getting the wrong read, thinking that they would have scattered.
It's a 4-player stack. EG have got players in the right position. If Lev do choose to go, but EG are not shying away from this. They are throwing util out.
Things are not looking good.
Back pocket, not with the eco situation that they're sitting at. Still with that paranoia.
It's
Bao
all
still
on that
holding
paranoia.
it. It
It's
really is.
all on this.
Has to come to fruition. 35 seconds left. Time.
Go, go, go.
Barely any to work with here. Lev
Oh,
comes down
shit.
to and they just brute force their way through and past this one because already the gamble and the trap might be working out. That's a Horned up. Big reveal in through the back. And dodgy movement. TGZ just can't really avoid most of this one here. This is dissecting of the site by Lev. Trying to pick it apart here. Zerona does the best he possibly can do in a spot like that. 14 seconds remaining in through spawn.
पूरा left right हो सकता था.
Trying Trying to play that hurt, and they're even in maxing.
कोई reveal क्यों नहीं तोड़ा लेकिन?
They're in the red.
Yeah, that's the quality. I mean,
That's
they know.
just unbelievable.
They know exactly where Pancakes is.
Tango the Chanton Jewels.
got that
Playoff
presence of
qualify
mind
के
and
लिए
that
minimum
calmness
3
about
match
them
win
to be
चाहिए ना?
able to maximize.
Yes.
The
Yes.
bandwidth of the team mentally is so wide.
Nothing missing at all here. Sato,
He didn't even need the plan.
he didn't.
Binks भाई वो मजाक था पर सही में आप मेरे लैंग
For
बैच
example, Brent, of EG having a nice idea, they knew what was coming
मैप
at them.
रीडिंग
they
एंड
got a
ऑल
setup,
सब सही है
but
इन
not
शॉर्ट
breaking
मैप
the
नॉलेज
horns.
भी अच्छा
And
हो
actually, having the horn back on an
apart
earlier cooldown did
from
make a
that
big
कैसे
difference. They threw
कंटिन्यू
the
करे
horn earlier on.
नहीं
It got
रे
broken by
बहुत
Bao,
कुछ रहता
and
है
then this
भाई
time Bao wanted to commit to the
स्पेसिंग कितना
paranoia,
रहता है
and they weren't ready
कोच
to
का बात
break
कर
it.
रहा है ना भाई बहुत कुछ रहता है भाई
Initiators back in line.
Yeah, it's funny. There's just a couple of rounds here and there
स्पेसिंग
where you
कैसा
really
रहता
see the
है क्या
impact
क्या
of that
ट्रैप प्ले
change.
बना
That's one
सकते हो
of them.
काउंटर प्ले क्या कर सकते हैं क्या एजेंट रहते हैं
Well, bonus
क्या
idea that
कॉम्बोस
comes
हो
up here by
सकते हैं
Lev.
वो
They've got
एजेंट
plenty
निकला तो
at
क्या
their
करने का
disposal.
है
Look at that. You
क्या
tell
क्या
me you're
पॉसिबिलिटी है
absolutely everything out of them at this
बहुत कुछ
point. The running back now going to be used to see if he can lay claim up towards heaven. Flash forwards, decisive though. Pocket of playing past the walls. Zerona, he was anti. Does he even with that kill claim on the spike and a bit of spam? Yeah,
मैप
can follow the
रीडिंग भाई
prowler
वो
perfectly
तो
at that.
इजीली कर लेगा
Neon flash forwards though. Zerona, left guessing onto the rope.
Bro,
Superman. Where'd you get
कुछ
that
भी
one from?
झूल के दो
Asuna?
मारा उसने
Funny all sorts of
कुछ भी
play
झूल
now.
के दो मारा उसने
Spraying away with a rifle, and that is beautiful work. EG.
माँ कसम
Keep it
दूसरा कैसे
contained.
कनेक्ट हुआ
Yeah, great play there. Stylish stuff as well. Small smile on the face, even though they're 5 rounds down. EG can be happy about that. They're expected to win a round like that, but it's always difficult holding off Lev on A.
बस मैं अपने फ्री फायर का सुना
Scene
दो
as well, tucked into a
इंडियन
spot that
टीम
we saw
WWC
Spike play.
फाइनल में सुना क्या देखा मैंने
And
तो
Zerona fends off
पूरा मैच देखा मैंने
the Phoenix ultimate through a round.
If you start your
Everybody
YouTube
important,
journey today
everybody
from
requires that
scratch,
from
would
EG.
you what would you do to grow, and what
Back
would
to the
you
B-main
मेरे
ideas
को
for
क्या
Lev.
मालूम
And this time, only Bao looking to take contact.
आज तक कुछ किया ही नहीं मैंने
Bao was instrumental in
आज
their
मैं एक
opening
चीज
win
अवॉइड
against
कर लेता
Envy.
भी
He had so many
आज
good
मेरा
rounds.
एम और
Tested
स्ट्रांग
here,
होता
though. 5 kills to his name. Love to be the difference maker in a round like this. Pressure. It's there just from the hail of bullets that are going to be raining down.
आज
but
Vito as a
the goal
agent
was
good
never
in
really
free
the
maps.
side. Left just
Really
wanted to
good
buy a
in
bit of space to
free
get these
maps.
orbs online.
As Zerona got pulled over and threw down
Especially
the volley,
util heavy teams के सामने ना it's
they
very
draw a
good.
little bit coming out there, but Bao's still with that opportunity to jiggle peek and throw a paranoia.
Yeah.
Lev threaten like they could be going for a B repop or a mid walk on these kind of timings. And it's hard to tell which they're going to go for.
Keep you guessing. There's a smoke.
Idea नहीं रहता मैं
alongside that horn. It's gonna be a
next year
flash
से
through.
वैल्यू बहुत
Horn
बुम्बम
is
होने
quietly
वाला है
taken,
तो
but it is
देखते हैं
disjointed by EG. Can tell what the idea
बस
was,
मारा
but the
दो
players
entry
were not
hero
on the same
damage खाए
page.
लेकिन
And
अभी
it's Lev that are just able to absorb most of that aggression.
क्या DCC प्ले बनेगा देख
Spot
A
in the
पे
middle.
सिर्फ रुक नहीं सकते हो
Yeah, funnily enough, Lev didn't actually have many
Rumba
players
stack कर रहे हो
which
लगे
is their
थे।
normal setup. Quite a few people did get caught by Zerona's flashes, but I agree with you. It felt like EG were in two
ये
minds
एक
about
अंबा
that. They
स्टैक कर
didn't
रहे हो
want to
मैं
fully
इनको
commit
स्मोक
to
डाल
it.
देना चाहिए किधर
And now they're just gambling that it's an A finish.
Yeah.
B पे अगर है तो कुछ कंट्रोल
Less
स्मोक
likely
या
to
कुछ
me,
तो
given the positioning of Neon.
Scoping this one out. They only have 20 seconds left.
Mid to B.
There were players on to B. They'd be in
कुछ प्रेशर नहीं
potential some
आराम से
trouble
जाएंगे
here.
लोग
Lev, though, lucky that nobody's home. Especially with the time getting this low.
आपने पहले जब इमॉर्टल रेडिएंट थे स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर बनने का सोचा था नहीं
At this point,
सिर्फ
probably gonna be a
ऑडियंस के लिए
save
खेला
for
मैं
EG. Not that you have
Yeah.
really the
Esports.
luxury of rounds.
नया
It's gonna be
content
up to
दिखाने
11
के
for
लिए।
Lev if they do concede it, but they
नए
are
प्लेयर्स ग्रो करने
miles
के लिए
away, so I think the decisions be made for them.
kind of
मैं
rounds are
फिनिक्स में
always
तो मुझे
a
टिप्स
bit
दे कि मैं
strange to me
एंट्री पे
because EG have
पिल
essentially
जाता
made the
हूँ
gamble
मैं एंट्री
at
पे पिलता
40
तो क्यों
seconds
पिलता है
left
तेरे को
Yeah.
वो
that
देखना
it
पड़ेगा
either comes A or they save.
ये
And
लोग
what that
जब
means
भी
is you're
एंट्री
never
मारते
putting
हैं
any pressure on
कभी
Lev's
भी देखो
economy at all.
कुछ एंगल्स वो
You're
लोग
never
क्लियर
allowing
करते ही
yourself
हैं
to,
क्योंकि उनका
you know,
सपोर्ट
as
वो
EG
एंगल्स क्लियर
win
कर
another
देता है
couple of rounds, suddenly they're on an eco. It makes a
तो
comeback
लोगों का
more
फोकस
possible
सिर्फ एक या
if
दो
you're willing
जगह पे
to
रहता है
fight through that. And EG need the rounds on the board anyway, so it's not like their economy can even get into a bad spot.
ब्लोज का
Otherwise,
एचपी
Lev already
देख
have won the map.
अरे
But all right, they give him
नो
somewhat of a
पोल
freebie
टुडे
here. I
अरे
think this
पोल
is
में
the
वोट
first
ज्यादा
round where
रहते हैं
EG
आज
will be a
लाइक
bit
से कम है
disappointed
तो
at
मैं
how
पोल
they
में डाला
executed it. That might
लाइक
sound
करो
a bit
बॉयज
generous to them when they're down by 6, but I actually think EG's general ideas and how they've been
बस
playing
बट
has
डू
not
नो
been bad.
व्हेन
It's
यू
just that
गॉट
Lev have
फर्स्ट
been
सैलरी
better.
फ्रॉम
This one
माय
was a
टीम आई थिंक मेरे को फर्स्ट
more of a
मंथ
fun
में
ball.
हो गया था मेरा
See it there. It's just a little bit out of sync with one another.
बड़ा पर मंगाया क्या है मस्त
I think Zerona doesn't want to do a second flash because it would blind Superman.
जिसके तेरे को गोल्फ में मॉर्टल जीत गया 2 बार सोच अगर तो होता तो लैंग्वेज मैं टारगेट नहीं करता किसी को
That's to be expected, I think, for EG.
रुक लाइक करके वेट पे ठीक क्या कर भाई बाय साइड
really if they were able to at least get anything going for them. This is a squad that, you know, they've had a recent injection of
TS will क्या लगता है रन
quite
चलेगा
good,
उनका
clearly
या
the results, but there's a
ये
difference
कमबैक
between
देंगे
envy and
वापस
Leviathan.
Is there really?
कमबैक तो
There
देंगे
is.
Yeah,
I hate to tell you. Yeah, there is.
I think you might
एक्सपीरियंस
be
also
onto
मैटर तो
something
करता है ना
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Take a look at this. This is the longest win streak that we've had in
Crazy dedication है 3 AM को भी stream love you
the
too
record.
इंटरनेशनल टीम
They are
इंडियन
not
प्लेयर्स
currently on that
क्यों
win
नहीं
streak,
सेलेक्ट
but that
करते
is their record that they've set in
अपने
the past.
टीम
Leviathan are on a 6
is there any
match
skill
win
issue
streak,
communication
looking to make
issue
it 7 here
misunderstanding
today.
underestimating
And I don't see any
मेरे को
reason
कैसे
why they
मालूम मैं
couldn't
उनके
surpass
POC नहीं
G2's
देख
record.
सकता
No, I think this is. It's very likely that Lev look
I
like a
have
strong
no
team
idea.
heading into champs as well, unless that map pool issue rears its head, and that's
आप
why
डोंबिवली
map
में
2
कहाँ
here
रहते
at
थे
Sunset is so
मंजुनाथ स्कूल के
interesting.
सामने लस्सी पिया खाया मैंने वो पिया नहीं
We already saw
खा
questions
रहा था मैं
raised
लस्सी
in terms of how Lev were looking on that map. I would pin that mainly down to I think the Fury had
अभी VCT देखने को भी मिल रहा है लग गया तेरे नींद
good
के
ideas.
Basics deadlock was so good.
Yeah, but here we are getting into the action
रात के
once
3
more.
बजे साउंड का वायर कौन काटा
This one is a lot of util being held out up towards that B main control that Lev have now. Gearing up. Squaring up now, but that's a blaze wall. The player forwards alongside the Prowler. They've already inserted Spike, and now the ult all picked up. They've got the prize they claim for. Looking to take it one step further forwards. There's the horn. Divides up the side here. EG, it's all on their shoulders. Arona out towards it, up towards Heaven. Just gets the one before the trade is in time. Doesn't run it back. He's going to be straight back into the action. Molly sidestep, but a plan down now for Lev.
The Jazine's not in a position to flood. We saw Lev in a similar situation, and they were fast on it. They let the aggression lead them. Instead, EG have allowed Leviathan to get into a post plant.
Knife fought. It's going to be Soundcues kind of away from them. Gives them the indicators. Just got one player in through CT. Flash held for a rainy day, and it happens to be now. It's pouring potentially. EG forwards, but then they had a count for that. It's Neon. High ground finally dealt with. Superman, he's gliding to the side and eventually finds it, but brings it to that 1v1. Just spotting out towards the barrel, but that movement is so clean. King it's an exit round the corner, but it's not planning for him. He has to step up to it and still ends up winning it 12-5.
How's he got away with that one? It's not planted for him.
It's
tucked around the corner. But just because he tries to create
रात को पहले फूड के क्रेविंग्स आते थे अभी आपको स्ट्रीम क्या आते हैं लॉट्स ऑफ लव बाय लव यू मेरी जान टुडे थैंक यू फॉर द 100 मेरी जान
I think that makes all the difference.
26 Jan से can of peak goal to I mainly play arena because in slow elo most players don't have good game sense. You just have to play on the aim. Is what I feel like. What are your thoughts? अगर ऐसा है तो फिर तू peak goal to पियो.
Listen, don't fix it. Same B main defaults. Not being pressured hard enough. I mean, Orb conceded to them every single time. So run it back earns up once more for Sato.
Utils तो सामने से आएंगे ना.
King looking to just contain space over towards this extremity. There's a re-fight. Yeah, EG trying to at least take it to him, but the IGL one step ahead.
EG know exactly where he's going to be positioned. Have a game plan to punish him, and he says, no. I'm good, actually.
Good night.
So they expect him to be on the left angle. He tucks on the right.
Another refight to be taken across the board, but it is desperation.
He's been blinded up.
Impossible. ये round EG अगर निकाल लिया नंगा नाचूंगा स्टेज पे जाके 5v2
even when you know exactly what Lev are going to be doing.
Safe regroup.
They throw in enough twists and turns and test your execution just enough that they still come out with dominant map wins like this.
Yeah, well, Superman's going to be chasing Ghost at this point, to be honest. Bauer's going to be under all this pressure. He's got to do it all from this spot, but that movement, the stun,
दे गाली दे दे एजेंट को बाव मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Clinical stuff in the end, a bit of spam will solve
एक
the
पाँच
deal,
छह
and
ट्वीट
that
करते
is a
एजेंट के बारे में.
wrapped up nice and pretty.
मैं retweet जरूर करूँगा. बाव एक लंबा चौड़ा.
Not as clean as you can really make it, considering the early
घंटा
start.
नर्फ क्या इतना लिख दे बस.
Ready to sing the praise of EG, but Lev here to play really.
इतना लिख दे.
You get them onto this map.
घंटा नर्फ किया कर.
It doesn't matter who has tested them. They have always come out on top. One slight wobble in the grand finals of Americas to G2, which ended up making the difference in terms of who won. But apart from that, it's just been perfection. Basically every time, this is their home territory.
अरे यार मंगा नाच.
Language. Going to find a win here today.
quite. But
second
we are
game
moving into
किसका
more
है?
uncomfortable
Second
territory.
MAVR वाला.
Sunset. So that next map up here, Leviathan.
दोनों game अच्छे हैं.
Significant questions
Chat नहीं
for
पढ़ता
them.
गंदा भाई,
Real
मैं तो
chance,
पढ़ता
I
हूँ.
think, for EG to potentially draw blood and more. We're gonna find
What else
out
second
on the other side
to
of
get
this,
a
so make
gold
sure
rank
you
play in
don't
high
go
low
in.
any teams? पहले तो agent change कर रहे हैं ना, लैंड एजेंट है. पहले agent change कर और टीम प्ले पे फोकस कर. आज सोने का प्लान नहीं है, प्लान तो बहुत ज़्यादा है. मैं भी गोल था, बिली में वार्म अप पे फोकस करो 15-20 मिनट बस. एम लैब एक दिन मेरा था. मैं ग्रिड शॉट, 6 शॉट, स्ट्रेट शॉट, डेथ मैचेस कर. वैलो में बहुत डिफरेंस दिखेगा. मजाक सेट कर. तुम लोग सिर्फ रेंज में जाओगे ना, रेंज में बॉट्स को हार्ड करो और 23 से 25 बॉट मारने का ट्राई करो बस. और कुछ नहीं चाहिए तुमको, सिर्फ इतना करो. 5-6 बार जाओ रेंज में, 5-6 बार वो पूरा रन करो, उसके बाद डेथ मैच करो, तुमको खुद फर्क पड़ेगा.
Hi, we are here in the Howling Abyss setup. This is where the players will be playing when they're not on stage. And keep in mind, it seems pretty loud right now, like you can hear everything. But as soon as the match turns on, there is white noise blaring. Like we had to get it shut off to be able to film this because you will not be able to hear anything. But overall, the setup is so sick. And everyone's warming up right now, getting locked in for the first match of the day.
Setup hai.
We are now on the EG side of their setup for Howling Abyss. You can see the entire team in the background as well getting warmed up for the first match of the day. They're all getting pretty hyped and they all seem very locked in, so we should have a banger of a first match.
Banger match तो नहीं मिला. Hey, thank you for the membership मेरी जान छोटे. रेस बिल्कुल मत करना, बेस्ट है. नियन को शायद 10% वापस बफ करे हैं साइलेंटली. मेरे को भी ला के रख. 10 ने ज्यादा किया शायद. क्रेजी बफ नहीं हुआ, बस 5 सेकंड ऐड किया ना. And anyways, how was London trip? London trip was insane. I was busy in some business stuff. आ जाया. Business? Business वाले सारे मेरे कास्ट दोस्त मेंबर्स हैं. जस्ट रेस बिल्कुल मत खेलना. बिंक्स को देख के बिल्कुल मत खेलना. हेलो हेलो बाप खेलता हूँ. लाइक करो 500 लोग सब लाइक करो. बिग फैन आपका बर्थडे से देख रहा हूँ. जूस वाला लैंग्वेज. अरे फिनाल तो वही है ना, मैं तेरे को फिनाल बोलता था. 10 मैसेज के एक ने पढ़ा तो सही अभी.
Do you feel like 1 week's time is enough to kind of improve what went wrong against Furia?
मिड करेगा तो वो लोग का मेन एंट्री, मेन स्प्लिट बंद हो जाएगा ना. वो लोग को सिर्फ ए या बी चौक पॉइंट से जाना पड़ेगा, इसलिए मिड करते हैं. प्लस वाइपर किधर भी जल्दी रोटेट कर सकते हैं. मिड से
to explain the level of a team in a certain map. Probably it's you're gonna
ignoring bro.
No,
मैं कर सकता है ऐसा कुछ.
that we are way
हाँ कैसा विनाइल?
we show against Furia. So
मेन स्टेज पर लॉल गेम होगा.
Yeah, so no big changes going into it or anything like that.
No.
बिंक्स कोई आया है कौन?
But better.
Okay, well I look forward to seeing it. Good luck.
रुक जाओ.
Welcome back to the smoothie bar, where I am awkwardly alone, and that's why I had to phone a friend. On your screen here, we've got Anders, former strategic coach of G2N Fnatic and general knowledge holder in the Valorant space. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and we're happy to have you here because I want to dive into the game and talk some nitty gritty for this first match, because it was really a game that, I mean, it was kind of a blowout and it could have gotten a little bit even uglier right from the start. Sato got on the board early with a round 2 ult, but in the details that ends up slipping away. What do you make of that situation?
दूसरा खेलता है ऐसा चैम्बर फेट क्लो तब ड्यूली जीजी होता है. जब ड्यूलिस खेलता हो तो गेम में थ्रोर जाते हैं. भाई ड्यूलिस जीजी होगा ना, भले कितना भी गंदा ड्यूलिस रेंज है, वो जब जाके मारेगा ना, वो तुम लोग को इन्फो मिलता है तो तुम लोग मार सकते हो, ट्रेड ले सकते हो.
Just so that he could come around and get himself
तो ड्यूलिस को गाली देके मतलब नहीं है.
honestly, if it had
बहुत सारे गेम्स में ये लोग में ड्यूलिस्ट से ज़्यादा तुम लोग देख रहे हो कि इन्हीं मारता है या
even more of a runaway
controller
than what
मारता
we
है.
actually ended up seeing.
क्या Sentinel
Not
मारता
only that, but EG actually neutralized the second ultimate as well. It
19
was really
मारा,
something
60 पॉइंट दिया.
special
कैसे? मैंने तो देखा ही
we're
नहीं.
in sort of a time right now where I think a lot of
मैंने
teams
उसमें
have
का 2
let
किल
that
देखा ही नहीं, तो
alt
कंसीडर
funneling,
नहीं
that
होगा.
multi-econ management
5
slip
सेकंड
a
भी
little bit by the
काफी
wayside,
क्रेजी सा
and let
बफ
us
है.
the exact
पर्सनल ओपिनियन.
opposite here. They were absolutely running
20
away with
सेकंड
it.
मतलब जो टीम
Yeah,
स्लो
they're
खेलेगा
locked in
उनके
on
सामने
those small
यूजलेस
little
रहेगा.
details. And I was also
तुम
really
लोग को
impressed
फास्ट
with
खेलने
their
पड़ेगा,
defensive
aggressive यूरो
play,
से
whether
खेलने
that was
पड़ेगा.
holding on to sites
और
or
दोनों टीम
quickly
यूज
coming
करते
in
हैं. और
on the
एग्रो खेलने
retakes.
का
And I
तो
know we have
टीम कमिट
some
करने वाले
rounds we
बहुत
can
होते
look
हैं.
at now of just
ये वाला
how
सीन.
effective LEV were
जो
on the
गरम कर गया
defense.
है.
Yeah, I think that Lev did an incredible
यूरो का
job
मेन काउंटर
of
हुआ है.
just
जैसे चेंबर तुम लोग को
conditioning
मालूम
all
है
the
ये
different
जगह से वो लोग
axes
पीक
of
लेगा
defense that you
या
want
फिर
to see
खड़ा
out of
रहेगा.
the
सेम
team.
यूरो का भी
I think it was
पड़ा.
round 2-2. We see a classic Lev flash trap in B main. Even with EG respecting them on the first timing, throwing a Phoenix Molly, they still get absolutely blown out. Everyone dies in that B main trap. And then we see a couple rounds later, Lev is showing these phenomenal set B retakes. And then even further now, we see in rounds like this, where they go for those hard holds, that incredible blows 3K comes to mind. They showed sort of the key 3 pillars of defense, and it's something that EG just couldn't find their footing at any time throughout the map to try to stop.
Yeah, it was kind of funny listening to the cast because right at the beginning, Brennan and Josh, they're praising how effective Lev's retaking is. And then all of a sudden you have Blows just saying, no, I actually don't need any help retaking. He's just going to hold down the site. He had a great game, but also you can see the duelists from Leviathan absolutely running away with it. But Anders, I'd like to look forward now to a Sunset Map 2 where Leviathan got smoked last week. What are your takeaways from that game, and what do you hope to see different with them today?
I mean, I think that it's obviously a rare thing when we see Lev get blown out anywhere. I think that them leaning into their identity sort of as universally as they are with the Phoenix, with the Neon, with the Chamber, it has both its pros and its cons. I think that Sunset is a map where they kind of need to go a little bit more out of their comfort zone and push for something maybe like a Sage Chamber and see how that pans out for them. I think that Sato in particular, like, he's got infinite flexibility. He can definitely make it work. And I think that teams would be sort of hard-pressed to deal with that.
Yeah, I am curious. One of the things we were talking about before the show was some potential concerns with Leviathan's map pool because Breeze is their permaban. They're 0-8 on it on the year. And then you have Sunset and Summit both coming into the pool after they win a tournament, but now they have to relearn things. Is this something you also share, that potential view, or do you see something different with Lev?
I think that it's definitely a concern. I think that part of my view on it is that I'm not overly worried for them. Part of that is because I'm biased. I have my own read on how the Sunset meta is going to sort of pan out, and I think they're well positioned to do well there. So I don't think it's pulling fire alarms yet necessarily, but if we do see that come out from them and it's not something I can really believe in, that's when I'd sort of start lighting the signal fires.
Can I get some leaked ideas from you? What do you personally like to see on Sunset these days?
Well, the part that I think is going to work well on Sunset, I think the Sage Chamber is obviously the go-to. I think that looking at Summit, sort of seeing how I expect their pool to flesh out over time, it's a lot of carryovers. I think the more they lean into the Chamber, the better off they'll be. A lot of people are going to be
अरे बिंक्स आप मेरा मैसेज कर रहे हो, तारीफ कर दो. मैंने आपको 20 लाइक दिया है. तारीफ टू यू. थैंक यू वेरी मच. 20 लाइक का जरूरत नहीं है, इतना आईडी से मत करो भाई.
The evolution that we see in some of the other regions already coming through with barrier sentis being widely adopted.
Yep, he needs sleep after seeing his aim in game.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what our teams here can cook up. Thank you, Anders, for joining us here and giving your unique insight. But we're going to hop over and listen to another great mind, Coach Potter. Let's listen to what she's got.
जब Potter के साथ खेलते हो तब मुझे उसका वालों का याद आता है जब उसने ज़ेनी को ड्रॉप देख के रिटर्न करने वाला था.
Considering these are 2 and 3 maps that you haven't really shown, but on the other hand, Lev
बहुत
has.
funny था वो.
Yeah, for sure. We had a pretty good idea of what their split would look like. I think on the attack side, it's such a confidence game. If we hadn't lost or thrown, however you want to see it. That early 3v1 versus the Fade and Sight.
Bro,
Probably
कुछ
would have
tips
won
not to
with a
get
little bit
tilted, be calm,
momentum
just
going
chill.
into the second half.
Tips
But
है कि अरे
we got
game
bullied
को
in the
game
first
के
match,
जैसा
but
देखो और
it's no
game
big
के
deal.
जैसा
Sunset
खेलो.
second, it's a comfort ground.
Game है.
Yeah, exactly. Brush it off. And that's the second thing I was wondering.
Candy
is,
Crush में
did you
tilt होते
pick
होगे तुम
Sunset
लोग?
because of Lev's poor
अगर
performance,
होते
or
तो
is it something that, like, or is it just
no
a map that
comments.
you feel very confident in?
A little bit of both. A little bit of
No
both for sure.
comments.
We're not really in a position right now to worry too much about countering or playing
True.
another team's game plan. It's definitely for us focusing on
अपना ही
ourselves. So
improve करने का.
Sunset
Yep,
has
yep,
been
yep,
really
yep.
fun for us. We're excited to see our comp in play.
Well, I'm stoked to watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are you going to Paris for it, Lucy? Yes. अरे भाई तेरी स्लिप साइकिल देख के मेरी नींद हिल जाती है भाई. बिंग्स में जैसे आउटसाइड इंडिया ट्रेनिंग होती है वैसा इंडिया में यू थिंक विल इट वर्क टू ओपन कोचिंग सेंटर्स और एकेडमी? भाई आउटसाइड इंडिया एक मेन चीज़ है, वो लोग गेम को काम के जैसे लेते हैं. आई हैव सीन प्लेसेस जहाँ पे वो लोग का क्लॉक इन और क्लॉक आउट होता है. जब वो लोग एंटर करते हैं एक फैसिलिटी और एग्जिट करते हैं, तो वैसा एनवायरनमेंट में तुम रहोगे ऑब्वियसली पेलोगे. मतलब तुम लोग एक रूम में गया तो तुम लोग को खेलना ही है. वहां पे बकचोदी नहीं होगा. तुम लोग फोन ऐसा स्क्रॉल नहीं कर पाओगे, किसी के साथ जस्ट चैटिंग नहीं कर पाओगे, कुछ नहीं. कोच बैठा रहेगा, तुम लोग गेम खेलोगे चुपचाप. लव इज लक बाय. एक जूस वाली स्ट्रीम बनते हैं नहीं. क्या है उधर टेंशन्स? क्या बात कर रहे हो इस पे? बाप रे. आई होप सब ठीक हो गया रहेगा अभी. मिनिमम 4 ब्लॉक चाहिए पेरिस के. मेरा लाइफ का रूल है, एक जगह एक व्लॉग. लंदन में इतना टाइम था, एक व्लॉग बने मेरा. प्लस वहां पे मैं कितने लोगों से मिला हूँ. मैं हाईएस्ट आई थिंक सब राइट वालों को आई थिंक हाईएस्ट में लंदन में मिला हूँ. नहीं हाईएस्ट आई थिंक पेरिस में मिला हूँ, सेकंड लंदन में मिला. कल नो स्ट्रीम, कल स्ट्रीम होगा 25th को. स्ट्रीम नहीं होगा 25th को. मैं जा रहा हूँ पुणे 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 पुणे.
I think this one's going to be so interesting. We've already, it's a sample size of 1 right now for Leviathan and Sunset.
Great point to make.
And it was against the deadlock from basic.
Bye,
so many things around.
Hello Bunks, I just want to tell you that you are the best and funniest Valo creator. Love you too मेरी जान. आपको क्या लगता है इन फ्यूचर एजेंट बन आएगा? 101% आएगा.
Like set
ज़्यादा
ideas,
एजेंट्स
set
आएंगे.
strats of what they wanted to run. This come from
Needed
EG,
रहेगा
what was
एजेंट
hyping
बैंस.
up.
Needed.
It looks to me a lot looser. It looks like your ideas on attack are going to come down to Zerona or Bao, maybe even Superman, lurking into positions on the attack side. You know, you set up a Viper wall over towards A, you try to create pressure through mid or B and lurk through A. You know, these kind of ideas. Less of the set strats, less of the stuff that really caught Lev off guard in the game against Furia. So I think that sample size being small, it's a great opportunity now for us to see what happens when Lev go up against somebody different.
I think अभी भी ला सकते हैं.
Adjusting like Anders was talking about, or can they?
लेकिन वो लोग को अभी इतने एजेंट्स कम है ना, वो लोग को I think रोल वाइज लाना पड़ेगा.
Exactly right.
कि तुम लोग एक एजेंट बैन कर सकते हो.
Time is of the essence as well.
कोई भी 2 रोल में से ओपोनेंट के लिए ऐसा
कुछ. Bit of a statement here onto Sunset against the Masters winners.
वरना से 3-4 बैन रहेगा, सब लोग ने ड्यूलिस्ट बैन किया, फिर तो क्या करेगा?
Right behind him, hoping that somebody will walk straight into their line of sight. So Cameron's going to be dispensed with.
वैसा कुछ, लेकिन आगे जाके आएगा.
Our smoke as well to cut up the mid angle. No one.
Sunset cook किया करके वो लोग ने बोला.
Lev holding tight for now. They've set up little traps all over the place here. Another high-low out towards this tiles area. This is going to be potentially catching Superman. Cleans anything. Hold on, Sato.
Sato was looking at his screen.
Basically just a 1v1, wasn't it?
All good though.
And another 1v1. Talking about it, it's just all taken across the map. It's Bao trying to capitalize off of some of this noise being made. And Serona, time to look forward. Spike though, not done yet, not finished at all. Pancakes eventually there with a return of the kill.
बुरे कितना different होता था अगर वो neon chamber को मारता था.
Play disadvantage suddenly evened out. It's a 2v2. Damage done straight through the wall. This is EG. They're finding their moments and finding it well.
Bro, क्या 1-2 kill है?
The way that they play off each other, it's going to be absolutely key with this comp.
I said that Sunset was going to be that point of contention here for Leviathan. King tagged up.
ये बंदा अभी भी mid में क्या कर रहा है?
Slightest of angles here. Doesn't overexpose himself, but he does miss the chance to potentially deal some damage. King now going to be speeding up. Running forward, he's got the smoke out into his hands, and that's layered down perfectly onto the spike. Pancakes has that recon. That's a fight taken. It's a good timing for it, but King committing to the reload now, dipping and weaving in and out through the smoke, trying to ISO these fights. ISO as well, still damage done, but now to defuse. That time pressure plays perfectly into the hands of Pancakes. Secure up that pistol round win.
EG have done really well there to be able to turn that round back in their favor. And I really
try करना पुणे में आके मैं कुछ try नहीं कर सकता रे मैं event जाके जैसे event खत्म होगा return आना पड़ेगा
players early.
ये बहुत watch parties है.
But it's because they don't play the round as simply. They don't just push A on the exec.
Prediction दे दे.
They cut a lot of noise, threaten a lot of lurks. That's what this comp is going to be good for.
They're sticking with a pretty similar game plan here. This is all-in aggression. And a util not accounted for. That's a Horn that's letting up multiple EG players. They are no more.
It's brutal that EG have lost a couple players there. Hand it over.
Like you've done a lot for India and Valorant and still doing it. What do you think अब तक ऐसे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इंडिया में आएगा? I hope वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अभी ना आए. अभी पहले सबसे मेन ये कि प्लेयर मेंटालिटी ठीक करने का. जैसा बहुत सारा स्पोर्ट्स पैशन के लिए खेलते नहीं प्राइस के लिए वैसा करना है. उसके बाद
tucked towards the back of A, and you can see EG got to resort to these contact plays. It's risky business.
तो जब आज नहीं.
It's going to be a B retake by the look of things.
Since last 2 years, फिर भी मैं diamond पे अटका हूँ. Diamond अच्छा है भाई हेलो.
And the flank is going to meet this trip. So Bao will have a great idea that there's at least a few people, at least one.
Yeah, it's going to be broken. They still do make a lot of noise off the back of it though.
They're looking to flip the site even though they planted B main.
It's not planning for them, is it? Uh-oh. Great point to make, and with shots like this, I mean Neon. Not missing a beat.
इसको हटाएंगे कैसे? Oh my God, bro!
It's two in the blink of an eye. And Serona, as we mentioned from Riot, it's not planning for him. That's dismal stuff for EG.
Yeah, that's a disaster. That is an absolute disaster. You can't be losing 2 players whilst dropping 0 after just getting run at in B main, and even in a 3v5. Their decision to plan for B main, but then not go back and fight the flank, to in fact move away from it and flip, I think is just the wrong call. The flash, the haunt, I mean...
And the haunt's getting so much work done.
It's really quite nice. It is quite nice.
Right reveal sub
and those shots are deadly as well.
इसका काउंटर वही है कि अगर नियॉन यहाँ पे रहेगा और वो स्लाइड करके थोड़ा बहुत टाइम बाय कर सकता है.
Especially with players like Neon. He's just been unbelievable.
Well, this time Neon has a little bit of help. Blows is setting him up, making him feel a bit more confident to get on a deeper angle over towards elbow. Still not trying to get him on the deepest possible line. Skirmish happening towards top mid here as EG look to try to navigate a pick with this hero rifle in Dujazin's hands.
Trying to work their way up through mid spike. Second guessing where the geometry of the map is. Bumbling into walls in the process, but he's still alive for now. LEV just looking to put a stop for them being able to get through this mid avenue.
Smoke जाने वाला है.
Door's going to be cracked open now. It does apply.
Look at this lurk timing. Look at this lurk timing.
It's straight through, isn't it? And they are all eyes set towards it, but he just can't quite claim that one. Still Superman. It's Lee there to return. Gets that kill. Mopped up. Potential weapons hand over, but King now feeling it potentially. No speed up called for. EG is still just walking steadily into the site. They might be paying as a result of it. Still a 3v3. Dazine steps past. Snaps straight to the dome.
I think 11 got away with it there, just based on EG not having the greatest weaponry. But there was a massive gap towards top mid. I think especially when you're thinking about how these compositions are going to work, I've said it before, I'll say it again. EG are going to be inserting players, going to be trying to work players through.
हम घर पे एकेडमी जैसा करना चाहे स्टार्ट तो क्या करना चाहिए? पहला शेड्यूल फिक्स करो.
Those are gaps that LEV cannot afford.
कितना बजे उठोगे, फ्रेश करके पीसी में बैठोगे, फिर वार्म अप करो, 10 मैच करो, फिर रैंक गेम में जाके मेंटल ठीक करो, ब्लेम करना बंद कर दो.
No, that's one to break a completely different trademark.
हर दिन फिक्स्ड टाइम रखो कि 5 घंटा खेलना ही है. Continuous.
But they mix it up. It's not always that predictable.
First round, actually, that Neon's got on an aggressive line here over towards A. Normally, he's been playing a bit more passive, but
ahead of the Viper wall.
I've seen this money matter in BGM. Also, they don't have passion. Many underdogs play only for
Spike nice to skip past all of
big
that.
money by seeing influencers.
नहीं, slaps him down to earth.
BGM का अलग फंड है कि उधर बहुत प्राइस मनी बहुत है और टूर्नामेंट्स भी बहुत है.
Flooding all the way through, immediate trades off the back of it.
Slight mechanical whiff there from Spike. Left his team in a 2v4. It's going to be hard for Blows and Neon to dig themselves out. And now it's all down to that A-main defender in a 1v4.
Normal A-main fight क्या क्या?
It's not worked out for LEV. EG, super prepared. Good positioning as well. Always having in a player in that spot where they're going to be able to swing out and punish if that B-main refight happened.
1v4.
Now they have flipped again to where it's not planted for them, but at least they have a player market now.
But it is Neon.
No, even Neon can't do this.
Nice, safe.
And he seems to agree.
Ignore करो chat बार-बार ignore करो. ठीक है.
But it's also good to know your limits a little.
वो लोग refight लेके वो लोग मेरे.
Where getting exits is actually really good though.
Normally fight लेते हो.
But he's not going to play for that either.
Yeah, not going for it.
Push करके throw के. Throw करना नहीं होता रे. अगर fight उनके favor में गया तो फिर OP तुम लोग ही लिखोगे.
I think you got to give credit to EG that they are very aware of the style of LEV.
Underdogs की बात करो. Underdogs की बात
करो. You've only seen LEV play once on Sunset.
Yeah.
You're not going to be hard anti-ing them, but you know that they're the kind of team that likes to do this type of stuff.
मेरे को नहीं लगता कोई भी बीच में underdog सिर्फ price के लिए खेलता रहेगा.
To avoid the flash, look at how he plays anti-flash there.
Very aware.
It's a small mechanical
maybe bot try करने के बाद भी वो लोग हार रहे तो maybe उसके बाद लेकिन I don't think early कोई भी ऐसा try कर रहेगा. आपने CS2 खेला है? Yes sir. बहुत खेला है. So strong खेला है. Rank top rank पहुंचा.
I think the refights. You could see it at the beginning of a tap.
LAN tournaments खेला है दोस्तों के साथ.
One of the strategic things that I haven't talked about too much, but I think is really important, and the coaches will be discussing here, is that the Viper wall and orbit over towards A, which creates lurk pressure on A, but actually EG have never scaled behind it. So they've never tried to push the Rono, Superman, whatever, behind that Viper orb and wall. And in theory, they're hoping that it still keeps a couple players from LEV in those positions, giving it a lot of respect. And so Neon has been there just kind of watching the Viper wall for a long time and not been able to do anything about it. He's not been able to have impact around Neon because
they had one
he's just staring at the maybe. So I think LEV could make an
adjustment. देखो कितना भी prep कर लो, end of the day जब तुम लोग वहाँ पे जाओगे, तुम लोग feel करोगे और जो momentum रहेगा.
The point generally being that I think LEV could disrespect A a little bit.
Prep, discipline वो सब काम आता है लेकिन कभी-कभी एक बंदा ऐसा मारता है कि कुछ भी करो भाई. 1 2 3 swing करेगा तो 1 2 3 तीनों को उड़ाएगा वो. क्या करोगे?
Early as a snake bite. EG no intention to rush into things. The Spike is very much in a safe spot. Hell of a lot of damage. 140 with a ding. Superman. Barely alive, he's going to be limping into the next engagement.
First time that EG have walked up behind this setup.
Wall down होने वाला है.
Blows is ready. And Sankyu's heard. Neon knows.
Wall down करके इधर क्यों नहीं लड़ा वो लोग पहले?
It's funny because we know they have a shock dart lined up for that, but they didn't use it.
Didn't utilize it that round, did they? Drone to try and pave the way forwards in through market and beyond, but really lurks occurring on every side of the map. It was just an insert now that Bao's going to be placed in. Never one of those classic refights, but Neon's just catching all of it here. Bao, he's finding the one, but that's okay. Spiker, getting that done apparently. Dejazine, stun, sidestep it looks like. And as that wall fades away, so does Dejazine's life.
Neon is too good in those positions.
What made you come to Ireland? Game
First player jumps, second player swings in. He kills the jumper player and TPs before they can trade it. He's so fast.
तुम चाहे रोनाल्डो बन जाओ, लेकिन एक ना एक मेसी आ ही जाएगा.
Didn't catch where the first shock actually went from Pancakes at the start of the round. King looking to clean him up here potentially. Paranoia is going to catch at least.
15 seconds remaining. Pancakes looking like he wants to make a good go, but then second guessing.
Clean.
Right into the trap way now here. Lev, 1 round lead for now.
तेरी डेडिकेशन को सैल्यूट भाई. इतनी रात को भी स्ट्रीम कर रहे हो, वो भी इतने सालों से. मैं जल्दी ही तेरा मेंबरशिप लेने वाला और सारे ज्वेल्स तेरे नाम कर दूंगा. लव यू मेरी जान गोटे.
Blows ready to play off the back of it too.
Yeah, Blows just gets perfect information there.
What are these levels based on? Watching the stream.
And if EG start to get the read that is where the trip is positioned, then maybe they can play around it.
Approx कितने का आता है मुंबई नवी मुंबई में घर?
This time it looks like there is a shock tower for that angle, but the cam's going to be getting the tag nice and early. Unspotted out. Flying forwards now. Trademark finally dealt with it. This is upper control now, taken up Resident C. Sidestep at a C is going to be avoided. Now we're going to see it. Hunter's Fury off the back of that one. It's the Omen ult to see if he can pinpoint the accuracy. Blows is no more. Obliterated. Very cheeky idea. Dejazine swinging wide, beautiful little transfer. Gliding though, it's Spike immediately reciprocating, and now see Sato considering the use of pulling out the weaponry. Pancakes waiting in the wings for the right time to activate off the back of that pressure. Swinging from the side, this is EG.
Much faster, much more aggression. Love the ult combo. I am such a fan of that ult combo. The Omen ult with the Sova ult.
Yeah.
Together.
I could have been mistaken, but I think that was King's ult.
Oh, it was King's ultimate. Oh, it was.
I was mistaken. It just looked like King was.
आप sea facing apartment लोगे?
It is a great combo though. I mean,
पहले apartment ले लो, उसको अपन facing कैसे भी अपन कर देंगे, दरवाजा खोल देंगे.
But yeah, you've.
Let's go, boys. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think if you want to.
Remember before buying home, take advice from financial advisor. Advice is buying loan advice.
Oh, complete swap up of Lev's defensive setup here though. Neon does go over to B now.
जब घर चाहिए तब घर चाहिए भाई. भले वो लोन पे ले, कुछ भी करे. मैं भी किधर वो पैसा इन्वेस्ट करके वही मैं कम इसमें 2-3 साल बाद नहीं ले सकता. तब तक मेरे को रेंट भरना पड़ेगा. उसने देखा नहीं क्या टाइमिंग डिसीजन है.
Announcing themselves at a conversation, shouting from the bloody rooftops at this point.
It all looked so good for EG.
Why start actual में इतना था कितना much fast था वो.
And Lev slammed the door in their face.
आपके पास तो होगा ना कैश कहाँ से रहेगा? मेरे पास 0 कैश है 0.
To this round, but the Spike is way out of grips.
कोई मेरे को 10 रुपीस भी टिप करने बोलेगा ना मैं I would like to apologize बोलूँगा.
Through stairs.
Just waiting for the fuel to come back. But a moment to reposition. The flash is going to be narrowly avoided.
Oh, he's found a timing.
Lev are left guessing, but surely, yeah, there it is. Watchful eye. That is.
भाई वो लोग इतना fast क्यों से थे बे?
Time here.
Facing बराबर था यार. डिजीज को fight जीतना था.
All over the place.
I mean, incredible scenes from both of them.
तू घर ले रहा है कब जब मिले?
Look at it on the
Hiding in
replay.
each other's faces. Yeah.
The entry is so nice as well. Oh.
Desperate घर पगलो obviously है.
Hard to control your aim for both players in that position.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
Hashra बोला he found the timing बेचारा मर गया. नहीं actually इसका timing अच्छा था.
It feels like the beginning of Split
Black
again
money
to
नहीं
some
है
degree.
चुट्टे है क्या?
Where EG have got good ideas, sometimes just
मेरे
getting
पास क्यों रहेगा भाई?
and then all
पूरा
right,
दिन
what are
यहाँ
you
पे
going to do
बैठता हूँ
about
मैं.
spots like that?
Yeah.
But they are certainly putting pressure on. And we're seeing some of the good stuff that LEV have got and some of the slightly wonkier stuff. Of course, on split, LEV then just ran away with the game in the second half, and honestly towards the end of the first half.
I don't have my card on me. How to sub on kick?
But just 5 rounds is all EG.
बिना कार्ड के आइडिया नहीं. यूपीआई का सिस्टम आया नहीं अभी तक.
Back and forth.
I am finance student. अभी तक मेरे को जितना पता है कि if you take loan instead of buying, then ऐसे भी will get more profit of like 10 to 15. भाई उसमें
you only see 10% of the
सुनो
matches that these teams play because 90% of it is scrims behind the scenes that they play against each other.
सुनो मेरी बात सुनो, फाइनेंशियल वालों, मैथ्स जो भी करते ना, तुम लोग इतना 10 साल SIP करेगा, ये करेगा तो ऐसा होएगा, वैसा सब बराबर है, एग्रीड. कभी ना कभी जाके प्रॉफिट होएगा, लेकिन कभी ना कभी मैंने देखा नहीं है, मैंने आज देखा है. समझ रहे हो? कल क्या होएगा मैंने सोचा. आज क्या खाने का मेरे को वड़ा पाव वैसा. समझ रहे हो? 3 साल बाद क्या प्रॉफिट होएगा, 5 साल बाद क्या प्रॉफिट होएगा, मेरे को नहीं मालूम.
Setting him up for success.
Slowing down the pace on this eco round as well. They've run 2 fast rounds in a row. Up through A elbow, then next round through market.
800 people and only 400
they can work
likes.
a pick with Jazeed's Hero Guardian.
Spike.
The
one catching contact, just looking to contain up towards mid. Sato's way out in the open there, but okay, Spike
Bro, nah.
controls the A towards the bitter end.
बाप को ट्रेन
Wrangles the
लगा
rifle
भाई,
in his
2 मारने के बाद
palms.
आराम से रीसेट करके मारा उसने. एक हिट का था भाई, बाव मारता सीधा 3-3.
But keeping it controlled again. Calm.
आगे जाके मैटर नहीं करता, लेकिन फिर भी. Living in present actually amazing. It's amazing,
So
but it's not
dangerous
always right
moments,
for
but
everyone.
When you've got players that are calm under pressure like that.
कभी-कभी तुम अगर प्लान नहीं करेगा तो इंसेन लौड़े लगते.
Even after taking an aim punch.
मेरा ऐसा है कि मेरे अगर कितने भी लौड़े लगे, I am
still just rock solid
safe
with the spray transfer.
तो I can live वैसा.
Jazeed's the danger player there, and Spike helps him hit the dirt quickly. I'm interested in the next one though. If EG get weapons back, are they going back for the faster tempo?
They're spread out. Spike is in the middle of nowhere, so that would indicate no.
This is going to be another one of those slower rounds where the new IGL has opportunities to make plays happen.
Yeah, EG have so much to consider. Every twist and
वैसा
turn
सीन
is a slower combo.
तो इसलिए I don't think about
fight for
tomorrow.
the cipher. Gonna set up these ingrained positions. We'll see what EG can do with it.
Love you, Rishabh bhai. Love you, मेरी जान girl day.
Pana's gonna drop, okay? We gotta go wide here, ready? Yeah, 1, 2.
दो जगह फाइट ले रहे हो लोग.
Two, link.
अगर साटो ब्लाइंड देता था ना.
135 neon. 135 neon. Two link. Neon and Phoenix.
On the right.
Close right. One HP, nice. Go, 4v2 boys. We have advantage.
Come in lane.
Yep.
I have dart too.
Okay. 4v2 boys.
तो blue comms पे
Planning in the open.
Okay. I think don't need sack में है.
अलग-अलग जोन में अलग-अलग होते हैं. कभी VCT में कुछ टीम देते हैं.
Could be hiding behind the box.
Yeah, full flank.
कभी नहीं, फिर हमें कुछ कभी नहीं सेम टीम से लड़ते हैं.
I have full city.
और क्वालिफाई होता है.
Nice Douglas, come on man.
I told you.
Let's go baby.
Go Doug.
Let's go. Step right.
क्लीन राउंड पे.
Keeping the morale up.
भाई लेकिन साटो सच्ची वहाँ पे ब्लाइंड देता था ना, जब दो बंदे आवाज के और उसने साइड मारा.
I like the way that they're comboing the swings together. Recognizing that that Omen one way was going to come through, and they're saying they have to go wide.
उस टर्नो क्या करके I think उसने ब्लाइंड नहीं दिया.
Timings to each other.
Yeah.
Underrated as well, but the herd comm is actually really important to make sure that you're actively acknowledging what your teammates are telling you sometimes.
तो क्वालिफाइड टीम्स होते हैं, उन लोग का क्या होता है? कुछ नहीं, आपस में लड़ते हैं.
Big round.
EG just trailing by 1. It was a big round.
फिर जो जीता वो ट्रॉफी उठाता है.
Not the same flavor. It was slow to begin, but then speeding up at the right moment.
That was a round as well where Neon tried to get on the B line. This time he's got an op in hand playing A on a very aggressive position, looking to get deep in front of that
कंपेयर
fighting
करते हैं, मेरे को आज तक नहीं समझा. वाला सीज वाले कमेंट करते हैं, वो मेरे को नहीं
creating all this pressure, keep them guessing if it all.
लेकिन होता है कंपैरिजन, मतलब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है यार. BGMI Free Fire भी compare होता है.
Just gets away with it, doesn't
Fortnite
it?
भी compare होता है.
Bit of a
सब
pixel
games
angle.
compare होता है.
Yeah, but now
जिसको
his
जो
trip is
game
not that
पसंद है वो
useful.
दूसरे गेम के बारे में बोलेगा ही कि वो अच्छा
Just
है.
though.
Steady is the aim, yeah.
And he's going to be able to set back up elbow, and now his trip is important. Blows has still got a lot on his hands to be able to deal with that top mid pressure. Superman's doing a good job, but that is not where they wanted it.
Spam, I mean, Saddles is containing it all towards market. Realize they may have slipped the net, and it is a counter 4 by Spike.
Good work there. Lots of pressure
तेरे
from
को दिल से
Superman
ला
towards that top
दिमाग
mid
से कर
position.
गिली
Blows
चिमटे
had to call for
लेव
help.
मेरे जान
Spike's
गड़े
team had to come over. But
चैंप्स
then
के
the
लिए
way
कौन
that
से
Spike and
टीम्स
Saddle then
क्वालिफाइड है अभी
rotate
तक
to deal
चाइना
with the
से
market pressure.
EDG है
Much better than we
और
were seeing from
पैसिफिक से
Leviathan
PRX
in
है
those
बाकी
early
सब
rounds.
ये
So they left
टूर्नामेंट खेलने के
large
बाद
gaps around the
क्वालिफाई होंगे
place. Similar kind of setup. EG trying to
भाई
prod
साटो जब नया
create
नया आया था
problems
हाँ
all across the map on their default. But Lev
और
deal with
अभी
it,
देखो
handle
बे
it. EG ideally need at least one more out of these final two.
This could be a fast round from EG, cooked up here. Walls up. Saddle's an immediate runner back, just trying to, again, apply the hurt, turn the heat all the way up, but that's going to be disengaged. Now it's a split through mid, Spike, that overdrive, and follow through and out. The space taken up, absorbed by King. He's right there behind him, and with that rifle in play, this game of timing, this is rapid as anything. Trying to run him down with a short, even Zerona.
गन से मारता तो
Gets off the plant for now. Bullet to the brain of Spike.
It's wild that Zerona has to defend himself in there.
Yeah, Neon just caught.
भाई उनके पास एक्चुअल में चांस था भाई लेव के पास
Cool set play from Leviathan, but EG all over it.
ब्रो
Denying the pressure
एक्चुअल
coming
में
out from
था वो
Sato
लोग
and then
कराउंड
immediately responding with a fast A hit.
खुद प्लांट करके खुद ही मार रहा है वो बेचारा
Extremely scared when he saw somebody running towards him as he's trying to plant.
वर्ती भी खतरनाक प्लेयर बहुत सारे खतरनाक प्लेयर पेरिस कैसे क्वालीफाई किए वो लोग सारे इंटरनेशनल इवेंट्स क्वालीफाई हो गए ना वो लोग के पॉइंट्स में ज्यादा थे प्लस वो लोग जीते भी थे
Definitely do some economical damage. He's hunting for it, wants to take that off out of the hands,
जीते
doesn't
थे
he?
हर बार
Seems
पोडियम
almost
पे
close to dying to Spike there as well.
Yeah, potentially. See how important that is for the last round here to half.
It's actually going to make a big difference. The EG money is not good. They're going to be coming in with, you know, not
गन
just like
निकालने
armor
में
in their
टाइम
money,
नहीं
but
लग जाता
have to
सेम टाइम
scrimp
निकलता है
save
ना
on
जितना
some
शॉट निकलता है
util here and there.
Okay. Well, it's comical.
Yeah, no one defending Zerona inside of that. They just assumed no one would be bold enough to go for it.
Yeah.
हाँ ना
Yeah, so I'm missing a snake bite on Zerona, but that's it.
शम्स अभी ऐसा मत बोलना कि जो अच्छा है वो जीतेगा इनर फीलिंग जी भाई
We're not the end of the world here. Real potential here for EG to
जी
bring it up
भाई
to 6.
Shotgun this
अटैक और
time does
डिफेंस
deal
मैप
with that
ये
trip from
थोड़ा
Neon. So he's
थोड़ा
incentivized to go on a more
डिफेंस
aggressive angle today. That's the only way he's going
लेकिन
to be able to
बैलेंस्ड है
Finally found its mark. The attack side operator in the hands of Tajazine.
Yeah, they've been trying to create a lot of pressure through top mid, so they know that there's going to be people here.
Spike much further forward than before. He's been playing this one a bit more passively towards mid, and they are
W
not ready
trade
for it, but the trade is there. At least, but that is sharp from blows.
bro
It's in return. Bullet to the head there. Tajazine's going to punish. Neon just backing away, looking to sidestep away from the drone.
And he's always going to get back on the angle, isn't he? So confident, Neon. EG have been trying to create this mid-pressure over and again. But it hasn't worked quite a lot of the times. And now they don't have a smoke to even create that pressure. I don't know what they're doing in mid right now. They'd be much better grouping in B main, but here it comes, pivot through market.
They're trying to pop through. Get the feet underneath them
भाई
here.
एक केस का जैसे
Just
रोटेशन में कितना
disrespects
स्लो
the dart. Doesn't reveal his hand, does not fire away here, and Sado's got it all covered towards main.
इसने दो मारा लेकिन
lead here for
और वो केस नहीं करता हूँ तो वही तीन
Listen, you
बंदे
cannot count this team out,
वी
but
के पास चले जाते
back and forth is the way that half went.
EG were putting rounds on the board in
पहली
fits and
बार आप
starts.
इमो कप गए थे
Got their pistol,
बहुत
failed
जल्दी
to
गया
follow
था
up.
मेरा
Had
खुले ही
another couple
रैंक
of big
डायमंड
rounds
3
towards the
था
end as well. That
तभी
Vikings
डायमंड के बाद
round
इमो ही था
might have just saved the half for them. 7-5 is not too bad.
आज पैटमैन डब्ल्यू था
Get
पैटमैन
another
डब्ल्यू
pistol on the board and able to
भाई
follow up.
इंसेन खेला
There are still chances here for EG to
मारा
take.
इंसेन
Still up in the air, still anyone's game here for Sunset. We're going to find out soon enough.
मैं खुद भूल गया था आज एने का, तब से टाइम पास कर रहा था मैं। सच्ची? इससे तो सच्ची बोला था भाई, डाल दे करके ब्रॉडकास्ट। ठीक है, मैच के ऊपर डालता। जिम के में कुछ क्राइसिस चल रहा है, बहुत कुछ चल रहा है, लेकिन ठीक है। बिंग्स भाई, स्पोर्ट्स अगर खेलने वालों में एज लिमिट या एटलीस्ट कब तक खेलना चाहिए? मतलब आई थिंक यू शुड स्टार्ट एज अर्ली एज 15-16, ताकि 2 साल में व्हेन यू कैन ऑफिशियली एंटर द बिग लीग्स यू आर रेडी। यू नीड स्लीप। कौन? मैं? अच्छा वो पीसी स्पेक्स क्या है आपका? क्या था आपका जब वैल्यू आया था? दैट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। मॉड्स, टेक क्वेश्चन मैं आंसर नहीं करता, थोड़ा एटीट्यूड है मेरे में, मेरे मॉड्स करते हो सर। इधर भी कोई मॉड नहीं है बीच। एनर्जी जीता तो क्लीन से हो जा। क्यों? ऊपर के चाचे के लड़के वो। ये कैसा पता चलता मैप डिफेंसिव है या अटैकिंग? मैप का साइज देखने का और रोटेशन देखने का, कितना फास्ट होता है, और दूसरे साइड में कितना फास्ट वो लोग जा सकते हैं। What is up, bot bye?
This is gonna be intriguing.
भाई एक सेकंड, बॉट भाई आप भी हो ना?
Follow that momentum
क्योंकि मेरे
forwards.
इसमें 2 आवर्स का नाम सेम है ऑलमोस्ट।
What ideas do LEV have? How are they going to combo Spike and Sato to be able to put themselves in good positions?
EG. 3 players set up over towards elbow. Neon. Some early util to see if they can set him up onto the line. Pure reaction time test, but he's got the smoke as well. That one way actually helps, covers him from the dark.
ये ले भाई, ये तो अभी का है।
Doesn't have to use the rendezvous just yet.
आया चेंज करके। हाँ, कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ मैं। एक का बस 1-0 और लास्ट का वो जो J3H है ना, कुछ तो चेंज है। Z ऐसा कुछ।
Pull out the paranoia. LEV are now going to work their way through market, challenge Bao.
It's an off angle. Unanticipated. Still traded out though in the end. Tiles. Accounted for, chip damage, potentially bringing Neon almost down. He's got to be careful. They're running him down. He realizes it.
नहीं, लेकिन नहीं जा सकता ना। जाते-जाते अगर एक कुछ मारता तो फिर।
Yeah, good game sense from Neon.
ये डिफरेंस है। वो लोग ने ट्रिप तोड़ा, वो लोग फाइट कर रहे हैं।
By Spike. Trying to hold control over towards Boba.
Making sure that they break the trip on the flank as well, just to keep Neon
there. लेकिन ट्रिप एक ही बंदा तोड़ रहा है।
Spike gets past a lot
of
this one here. Dash just goes straight into the wall here, but it's
movement
just seconds left on the clock. It might not matter anyway to Dazine. Sharp shooting, just with that ghost in hand, but time is ticking. And that is Sato lying in wait, flash in your face, pancakes. Can't see a bloody thing. And into the 1v1 we go, but it matters not, does it? No time at all to work with. This is level a pistol under their belt, bringing it up to 8.
Neon's played that round perfectly in terms of navigating the pressure over towards the A side of the map.
कैसे वोट भाई?
And those 2 kills from Sato are crispy clean.
भाई कितना प्यारा मारता है भाई
So
Sato.
snappy from one head to the other. I'm getting inspired to use the bandit. These pros are making me feel like I should be picking it up way more in my ranked games.
हाँ ना, same मैंने आज बोला.
I think the recent buffs are going to be helping it out a ton with that.
I'm definitely one of those people that tried using it early and then thought,
और बता क्या चल रही है house life?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, I think it was. I was just bad.
10% battery मेरा.
It's the problem with replicating anything. Yeah, that's also. Yeah, that's.
क्या नाम रखो फिर? बराबर है.
Another triple stack from EG over towards A.
ये
They are
बराबर
determined to push this into Neon. I don't know why you would.
Oh, you just don't want to test this guy.
Oh no.
Leading Rookie of the Year for a reason. See you now, Bao towards the back of the site, but yeah, surely going to be dealt with. Dismissed with a wave of a hand. Blows is able to contain any more problematic players that might be there towards the back of the site.
गन्स गिरा तो सकते हैं
Sato's earning
खुद का
now one away from his own. Oh, he'd love to chase down his final kill.
Yeah, and that's why they're swapping it in.
Yep, swapped around the guns.
आप guest invite क्यों नहीं करते for watch party?
They had to play it, don't they? With Sato's death, he's going to have that ult for the next, and that was the entire goal to Jazeen. Looks to make a miracle out of the moment, but
हर कोई कुछ बोला अगर मैंने agree नहीं किया वो अच्छा भी नहीं लगेगा बहुत सारी 10 चीजें और सोचना पड़ेगा
all contained, all managed.
Really nicely handled there. We've seen trips from both of these teams that have fallen flat on their face in anti-eco rounds after the pistol.
WWW.
Not an example of it here. Very clear.
मतलब जितने वाले automatic champs qualify नहीं होते क्या नहीं?
Not the vibe into
जो लोग masters जितने वो लोग को champs points ज़्यादा
but especially when the chamber is near.
और फिर कुछ तो एक limit है वो अगर champs points तुम लोग पहुँच गए तो तुम लोग qualify होते हो.
He's just a bit too good to be doing that too. This is a clash though at A.
Yeah, definitely is going to be. And you've got ult to the back pocket. Neon!
What's he just done?
Bro, Neon is Neon, but not Neon is Neon.
As well. You are not getting away with taking that one up. Nobody can feel like it's just Neon, and the rest of the pack going to be striking right behind. At least the runner back dealt with, but Pancakes is going to be in a world of hurt now. What a pain, potentially living up to his name. We're going to see him now surrounded on multiple fronts, but looking to barrel his way forwards for the trades. Immaculate Lev, not missing a beat.
पुणे इवेंट मीटअप है यस आज मैं स्टोरी डालता हूँ कितने बजे कहाँ पे करके लेकिन कितने लोग आ सकते हैं वो नहीं मालूम
turn the tide around like this, at least claimed the one kill, but now just trailing by the one player.
I think जगह बड़ा है
anything to even the scoreline, anything to even it at all, but it's just King accounting for it out towards Elmo. Blows.
Man, they don't even swing off a timing, they just pick their own timings and go for it. I thought they were going to do some disciplined setup there. Sight Anchor takes contact, King swings.
When I watch
they're just
Neon play Chamber, it's like
your player recruit करते क्या check करते हैं तुम कौन सा agent खेलते
faster.
हो तुम्हारा rank क्या है कितना
the way he gets away with it. I don't know how he does it. He just knows the intrinsic timing down to the milliseconds.
Active हो basically.
It's outrageous. Jumping
और
forwards
एकदम
and then
basic
getting a headhunter kill like that, it shouldn't be legal.
No.
Yeah, you can see it all over Potter's face.
BT.
Just like what? I mean, what are you supposed to do against a chamber player who's aiming defaulting? If you can throw stuns at him and swing him, and he just one-taps you after jumping up, he gets a fast timing, silent jumping up A main. You use util, and he one-taps you, and then he TPs away like nothing ever happened.
Yep.
I mean,
last one. Yep.
Superman trying to pick up the spike or the orb.
At some point in rounds like that, you do just have to hold up your hands and say, well, they're just better.
Yeah. And they've proven it. They have a trophy, actually, in the cabinet to really hammer that point home.
A big one, too.
Yeah.
Though, no America's trophy. So that'll be a
curious. Curious.
Yeah. Me when I'm a G2
fan. They're the best
fan.
team in the world, but they don't have the America's trophy. Curious.
I think
Masters might supersede the America's. As much as I love America's, Masters might be a little bit bigger.
I just mean that that's a narrative for us to be following over the course of this stage.
I feel you.
Wait,
more silverware to the cabinet.
Good night.
Right here.
A weaker buy again. I feel like I've been saying that a lot for EG. But they've been having a rough go of things. It was looking like it's going in a similar direction.
As a player, दूसरा duelist कोई भी खेलो जो space create करता है.
On the bonus. It's where you're going to be using a lot of
पहले decide करो तुम लोगों को primary duelist खेलने का है या secondary खेलने का है. Secondary कौन सा है, primary कौन सा है, primary का क्या काम रहता है.
Jazeen will be the one to take that contact first. He's got a bucky in his hands.
Yeah, this is not Neon taking the timing though, so no chamber rendezvous to work with.
Yeah, it's not going to be breaking that one. Prowler's going to be let loose here, and that's a seize, the molly. Fast lane, still wants to stay up onto the line here. Reinserting himself, but spammed down, and Pancakes trying to peek off of all of that one. Spike, brave as anything. Running them down through elbow, trying to maintain control of it. Pancakes are still here, but now it's another ult expended. Anything to see if they can win out the day and win out the round here and now. Flash forwards, bit of a misstep, but they know exactly where Pancakes is.
They've lost the front control though, with Neon falling. Zerona might be able to slip through and do something.
It's a smoke in his face.
यार ये सच्ची है smoke का जैसे BT वो लोग अभी check करेगा smoke का जैसे
potential for the timing there. What a plant was going down. They kept one player occupied, but not anymore.
One enemy remaining.
That's just not even intended, is it?
Bro, what the
not
fuck?
even intended for Zerona. Okay.
Lev don't need these moments of individual brilliance sometimes. You know, they don't rely
Yes, bye. Shout out to you, today. Love you.
God, they're impressive.
Yeah, and you start to see it, I think, as well in terms of going up against different caliber of
Prince
opponents.
Yeah.
The quality shines through, and it will often just win the day for you. Because how do you hold a candle to it when Neon's doing stuff like that? Sato can do it as well.
Yeah.
Spike.
It's crazy.
Taking turns of being the star of the show.
Phoenix, Neon, Vele, and Kabhi race खेलता हो.
Their story over the course of this year has been them figuring out a system and a style that works for them. During kickoff, you could already see that they were astonishingly talented. Yeah. When Neon finally turned 18 and joined the squad, yeah, it's brimming with potential and talent. But they didn't quite have that match experience to be able to showcase it all yet. They didn't have all the confidence. Maybe even had too much of the discipline.
Sure.
But then once you get to stage 1 and onwards, my God, this team is good.
Yeah, they were sprinting, weren't they?
See the fast kick.
See up here. Stretch far enough? Yes, it will.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, it does show where Neon is. And Digizine is on the line already, preempted here. Prowler.
Quarter should leave easy now since the title they haven't even gone to playoff.
Pulling back and away. From the
4 बजे तू गाली खाएगा वो भी
Neon's trying to tuck himself into a spot where he can still play in his rondé.
अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. हाँ.
And this is quite a passive setup over on the A side for Bar. He's got a cam that takes A main contact. Yeah, they just broke it here.
बाकी लोग
so it spots into A main. It'll see these players start to work their way up. So he'll have spotted both of the duelists over here. So I think it's pretty telling that Lev are probably looking to end A.
They're not moving players though.
No, because they've got a retake set up with kill trips, so their plan was never really to anchor or flood defend.
Haunt. It's going to be well placed here. My blow should be clearing most
of
the
support
side.
नहीं करना है, मत कर.
Lev
इसको निकल जाना चाहिए, उसको निकल जाना चाहिए, ये कोच अच्छा नहीं है, वो प्लेयर अच्छा नहीं है, ज्ञान नहीं चाहिए.
Straight shots though, straight into the dark and into the smoke. It's blows.
Especially उनका जब achievement बहुत ज़्यादा है तेरे से
away,
बहुत ज़्यादा.
Norofef was offloaded here. Players out into the position. Digizine, it was the overdrive unleashed, but he's going to be meeting his match in the form of King. Neon finding kills up onto the flank here. Lev preordained to end up at 12.
It looks really, really difficult to work against.
Huh?
Even with the trip being able to gift you a kill onto Sato, it's just so hard when they're being that proactive.
इधर बहुत फैसिनेट लगता है ऐसे ऐसे डैश नहीं मारने आता पहले स्मोक डैश प्रैक्टिस कर स्मोक तू कहाँ पे डालेगा कितना डिस्टेंस तेरा डैश होता है और तू स्मोक डैश किया उतना तेरा टीम के लिए काफी है.
Yeah, these little timings that they take, zero hesitancy.
Yeah. He's really expecting Lev to just be bunkered down on the site.
इन्हें कन्वर्जन से कोई टूर्नामेंट कब होएगा अभी होना चाहिए रे मैं बोला ना 2027 is just the start. I think next year, next to next year, every year I think Valos will grow here.
Set up. Target prioritization. He's trying to offload his bullets. The Spike is still active here. In the fight side, stepping quite get an easy kill. Caught by the siege, but still sidestep as it fades away. He's able to at least survive for now. This
round isn't making anyone's highlight reel.
No.
Will not be included in the montage.
Neon's going to walk his way up towards A, which is where Bauer's been bunkered down. They know that the Cypher's on this side of the map as well, because EG were fighting towards B. You wouldn't have the Cypher set up behind that. So Neon with a little bit of space, just pinging out that they could be over towards short, but otherwise
और decide करेगा, तू decide करेगा भाई.
And Bauer's going to have an enormous task on his hands.
It truly is. Tucked behind Jenny as Cam doesn't see a bloody thing because the door's been closed.
भाई डिफेंस के लिए ना खड़े रहते हैं.
Isolated on an island.
ऐसा नहीं कि हाँ बराबर.
What can you do? Squares up for the fight. It's instantaneous from King. There's no misstep.
Yeah, if Bowser had been a little sharper on the first, then maybe he would have had time to tuck back in, play his cage. Small mechanical misstep. And now EG are in a 3v3 retake, and Neon is on such a deep, unexpected line.
Already. Takes a fight forwards. Peels all the way back to safety.
क्या movement है ये?
Wow, ignore. Making a lot of noise, but inside that smoke, it's all King. Capitan now looking to put a stop and a finish to all of it. Blows stealing it away towards the end. 13-5 on both of the maps here.
Well,
trophy winners from Masters, not missing a beat.
We came in with a question, which was, how does the map pool look for Leviathan? Is Sunset going to be a weakness for them that other teams can pick into? And after getting 13 ones on it just last week, let's say
welcome to Esports Bug by na karo
destroy a lot of other teams on here.
Point दे दे ब्रिम का अल्ट स्पेस बनाने के लिए बहुत यूज कर सकते हैं ना हाँ एग्जीक्यूट में यूज कर सकते हैं स्पेस बनाने के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं 2v2 में तुम लोग पास अल्ट है तो तुम लोग बात कर सकते हो कि इधर अल्ट मारेगा फिर तुम लोग को सिर्फ राइट साइड स्केल करने का वैसा बहुत
I honestly think that EG didn't play that badly today as well.
I don't think so either. I think this EG team, to speak positives, they have
लेकिन वो लोग ने बहुत ऐसे शॉट्स मारे
the problem is that they are so far away.
फ्रेंडशिप चल रही है इसलिए नहीं मार रहे थे हाँ
LEV are absolutely incredible. They are a Masters winning team that have kept the form going, honestly. And maybe a slight dip, you know, as they're still shaking off a bit of rust, but they are still looking outrageously good. Whereas EG on the other side are more of like, they have potential to be able to, you know, cause some problems during like,
इसके बाद मैच है अभी है अभी क्या मैच है चैट लाइक करो बेशर्मो
some highlights here as well from the LEV players who were spectacular. Blows for me probably being the man of the match.
क्या बोलते हो चैट ये मैच देखना चाहिए या नहीं It's NV versus MABR Demon 1 versus आसपास लेकिन आई थिंक क्लीन 2-0 होएगा रे हाँ आई थिंक क्लीन 2-0 होएगा अरे संयम भाई मेरी जान के टोटे मेरे को एक बात बता हाँ ईजी टीम इतना बाप नहीं है ईजी टीम कोच इतना अभी है नहीं इतना सक्सेस नहीं मिल रहा है बराबर है तेरा पॉइंट यही तेरा पॉइंट है तो जब भी ऐसी वाली टीम एनवी को हरा रहा है तो ये लोग क्या करे प्लेयर्स चेंज करे कोच चेंज करे रिटायरमेंट ले ये सारे प्लेयर्स तेरे हिसाब से क्या करना चाहिए क्या करना चाहिए 2-0 आ रहा है लकी भी नहीं है क्या करना चाहिए लेफ्ट तो फाइनल बॉस भी है वो बात की बात हो तो उसको फर्क नहीं पड़ता उसको बस ट्रॉफी चाहिए उसको ऐसा है कि ट्रॉफी जीत जाए तो मतलब टीम बाप है सेकंड के लिए देखना चाहिए ठीक है आप छोड़ो मैं समझा रहा
on that pick of Sunset. That was huge. But one thing that I'm curious about, is there something that you specifically had to change within your gameplay on that Neon to find a little bit more impact and success this time around?
Eu acho que em específico na Sunset, eu acho que a gente tinha que mudar o nosso estilo de jogo, porque o nosso macro tava meio ruim, então o Onur percebeu isso, então a gente teve uma semana de treino muito boa na Sunset.
Mudei o time बताओ कल पता चलेगा.
E individualmente acho que não precisa mudar nada no Neon não.
Yeah, we had a very good week with Honor. He, showed some things that we needed to change on Sunset, but I think individually we didn't have to change much.
That's great to hear. I mean, looking at the comp that EG came out with, I don't think anyone was expecting that double controller plus a Senti. So did that kind of throw you off in any way? I mean, you did have a dominant win, but did you have to adapt your kind of overall game plan a little?
Especially कुछ लोग इतने top supporters हैं, इतने top supporters, लेकिन already बहुत mods करके मैं बना नहीं रहा.
Mas a gente conseguiu se adaptar bem durante o jogo.
I think because of the Viper, we were losing a little bit of info, around the map. But in the end, I feel like we were able to bring it back and adapt to their game.
Yeah, I mean the scoreline showed it again. Oh, सारे कल भी है ना. Let's head over to the desk. They are standing by with Sato and
सो जाना जल्दी. WC.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the desk. Got a couple of champs right here.
Chamber, Neon, Peak, Demon 1 और ये तीनों को lobby में डाल.
I was asking about it a little bit, but I think the big story here is the
lobby में लेके आ.
How Sunset looked just now compared to
last
Chamber,
week. Neon
so,
और
King,
Peak
walk
Demon
me
1.
through what this last week has been
like
to get here.
So
और उसके बाद.
I think what
उसके बाद अपन
happened
decide
last week is
करते हैं.
that first game is always kind of hard. I think we kind of struggle a little bit to keep the composure in the stage, and Sunset obviously was the map that we didn't have much reps, and I think plus the game and everything, it was a disaster.
Amit bhai, मेरी जान जोड़ो. Thank you for the 1000 jewels. मैं चिल्ला नहीं सकता. Thank you so much.
We played it way better.
फिर Sam bhai support to you. निकालो जिसको निकालना है.
From the mistakes we made. And we knew that
I never said based on month I'm looking at the entire track record. I said
at the same time we knew
game Esports एक match Furia को हराया था.
We knew how good we are on Sunset.
Yeah,
you're just top team based on that.
Like every single day.
अरे बाबा सयम भाई मेरी जान के टूटे. हर ऑर्ग का वे बहुत डिफरेंट रहता है. कुछ ऑर्ग में वो लोग कोच के अराउंड टीम बनाते हैं. कुछ ऑर्ग में वो लोग एक प्लेयर के अराउंड टीम बनाते हैं. कुछ ऑर्ग में ओनर ही टीम बनाता है. समझ रहे हो? हर एक इसका सीन अलग है. अगर एक साल PRX तेरे को पता है कितना टाइम परफॉर्म नहीं कर रही थी, घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ा. प्ले स्टाइल सेम वो लोग का. और तुम लोग ने कोच को निकाला, बाद में पता चला शिट कोच का सीन नहीं था, ये प्लेयर को चेंज करना चाहिए था. फिर इधर वो वाला फंडा नहीं है ना कि तुम लोग अपना एक ड्रीम टीम बना रहे हो ड्रीम कोच के साथ और बाद में पॉइंट्स कलेक्ट कर रहे हो. तुम लोग बोलेगा फक ये होनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं चलता. ऐसा नहीं चलता. अगर कोई अच्छा डिजर्विंग कोच रहता वो आ जाता था. मेरे को नहीं लगता पॉटर के अलावा कोई भी बेटर कोचेस है अभी के टाइम पे, और उसका अचीवमेंट्स बहुत ज़्यादा है. हर आमी क्रिएटर की हरामी क्रिएटर की हरामी चट. ठीक है स्मिथ भाई, ठीक है. थैंक यू फॉर the 2 euros. I also have played Esports Free Fire back in 2020. It's really easy to create. बात है प्रथम बात है. Fair enough. यही तो बोलना था तेरे को पहले. सुबह के 4 बजे.
We need to do to keep being the best.
चाय वाय है भी कि नहीं?
Yeah, there's still plenty more season left to go. Yeah. Still looking for that America's trophy as well, potentially on the horizon. So congratulations again on the win today. We'll see plenty more of you in the future, but for now we are going to step away before we get ready for our next series on the docket. It's Envy versus MIBR.
NVMR. Thanks, guys. What's your name again?
Envy are definitely very aggressive, one of the most aggressive teams in the league. They just walk you down, and they have the players to do it.
Debut ace!
I think I'll be in a lot of duels. I think a lot of fighting is going to happen, so definitely excited.
Y creo que también con los chicos nuevos que vienen con energías positivas y con muchas ganas de competir, creo que vamos a todos demostrar una muy buena cara.
Oh my goodness!
We all know what happened last time. They massacred us.
Attackers win.
So it's definitely an exciting one. I definitely think we all want to play them again really badly. You know, hopefully this time we stop them.
El que se adapte primero dentro de la partida se va a llevar la victoria. Obviamente nosotros estamos muy preparados y estoy con la fe y con la confianza de que nos vamos a llevar ese enfrentamiento.
Surprise, we're back for our second match of the day in no time at all, and we've swapped out 2 people. What just happened here? For a second we had champions, and now we've got you 2.
We're just guys with mics. We're guys with mics. We are a bit taller though. We've got them on that metric.
Okay.
Sato's like 6'5", bro. What are you talking about?
In the server, maybe, bro. In the server, it's hard to step up next to them. But we're going to move ahead into our next series. And, well, this is a rematch in some ways. Envy versus MIBR. 75 days since the crazy upset.
in one very particular way, in that this match was the most absurd match of stage 1. Not only that Envy won, but the fashion in which MIBR just absolutely disintegrated in this game. Sure, Envy has changed a lot since then, but I think MIBR, this is one of the key moments of this year where they fell apart in a moment that mattered, massively disappointed, and that's been kind of their story. So I see this as a really big opportunity for them to prove that, yeah, we can stomp one of the teams that is supposed to be the worst in the league, and we can actually show up and play at a high level here.
What's crazy to me and what's so poignant about the way they entered stage 1 is that it was a style we knew we were never going to see again. We also knew that Envy knew that as well. They were moving towards a bit more like a structured take on the game, and obviously their pieces are still meshing a little bit in that style. Even Kedsnit was saying, I've had to take some steps and pick up the op a bit more and work in with this structure, and there's been some friction. It's taken some getting used to.
Yeah, and we find ourselves in a really strange position with Envy coming off of this 2-0 loss versus Evil Geniuses last week, where on Ascent they're playing the default comp. The identity that got them here is completely different now. Where are they supposed to go from here, Wyatt?
Yeah, they've just been existing in an uncomfortable gray area where it's like their natural instincts to want to take over. They're fighting against them, but maybe they just need to give in and let loose a little bit again. And that's definitely what the people want to see.
I want them to give in. I do not. Envy should not be playing default Ascent comp. Guys, please just play Double Duelist. It's so good right now.
They're listening to the wrong wolf, 100%.
Yeah.
They really are trying to be restrained about it, and I respect it. And I think it's supposed to be a system that sets up like Demon 1 and Kedsnit for success, but you've got all these other elements added in. Glyph now comes in to add a lot of mid-round calling, but he even mentioned after their game last week that the communication and the listening, and I put emphasis on that part, isn't quite where they'd like as a team to see it yet.
Yeah, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but there's not really the time to do it. On the other side, I think MIBR were also sort of struggling in that first week. This is a team that very nearly had a 2-0 Mimi, and then all of a sudden it completely is flipped around.
This was 2 different series. There was the MIBR in the first map and a half that looked like they really turned the ship around. They were playing really well off of each other. I think in particular on that Sunset, they looked the most cohesive as a team I think I've seen them play all year. And the Breeze was going so exceptionally well, and then it was slipping into old habits. They started to lose rounds. The micro towards the end is going away, and we get into map 3 this summit, and the Theory just did not look prepared. They go into this kind of one-off composition against NRG that's very different than what others are playing, and it's tough to find solutions in that time. But what matters to me about this game isn't how they lost, isn't necessarily like the specifics of them losing on Summit. It's that it's another game that they should have won, that they choked and let slip, and it's the story of the year coming back again.
And I don't know what the philosophy is on Summit especially, because it looked like this team was so reluctant to take space in post plants as well. They playing in some like pretty tough parts of the map to hold, like that A side, for example. And
yeah, I mean, there wasn't a philosophy because they made a mistake of letting it go through and they didn't even practice it in their own words. It was just an accident. They were hoping that NRG would not have picked it either. So
now,
it's just a map pick misfire.
I don't mean to interrupt. There's nothing that you guys have said. but I just need to take a moment to clap back because the community's been pissing
अगला
me
मैच
off. Because the
5:30
narrative,
तक चलेगा.
I mean, it's the MIBR narrative. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, it's
चलेगा या
okay.
चालू
They
होगा?
choked towards the end. They're not a
5:30
perfect team whatsoever.
2-0
But
तो
this
भी
MIBR
एक
compared to
घंटा
stage
एक
1 to stage 2
map
is
मान के
so much
चलेगा.
better than where they're at. Like genuinely so much better. One, Aspas on the same page is actually hard entering for one as Neon. I mean, this wasn't happening for them. They were on two completely
Or
different
you've
pages.
got an essay on screen.
I mean, yes.
so much
Now
text,
listen,
bro.
I was concerned that the essay might be a little bit too much because the reading comprehension in America it's not the greatest. But you're gonna have to bear with me as you get through this one here. Aspas is hard entering. He's actually doing it for them. And not just that, I think that they're ping-ponging really well off each other, but it's about being on the same page constantly. And this emphasis has been in place where Aspas is actually taking the initiative. He's being the first one in. He's able to jump on the mistakes that are being made like this. You would not see Aspas doing this in stage 1. Like, you
Thank
just
you for
would
the
not see him doing
$10.
this
माफ
at
करो चिल्ला
all.
नहीं सकता.
And
Thank
not
you
just
so
that,
much
they've
for the
also been
$10
alternating
मेरी
it
जान के
here and there where
टोटे.
Zekken will actually take the
Means a
emphasis
lot.
there
Love you,
and
love
be
you,
that
love you,
entry
love you.
player whenever he has the runner
इतना
back.
सन्नाटे
I mean,
क्यों है
I
चैट
think
में
they
क्योंकि
have
दो
worked
जगह
it
चैट चल रहा
a very
है.
nice
नेक्स्ट टाइम
system
जब
currently.
आप चाय
where
बनाओगे
I
उसमें
think it's
लेमन ग्रास
much more
डाल के
improved.
थोड़ा बॉईल
But,
करना
Brian,
फिर देखो
I
पता है
agree with
करते हैं हम
absolutely
लोग
everything you're
कभी
saying
कभी.
in the first map and a half of this series, but then there's
जब
the
बहुत ऐसा
second
रिफ्रेशिंग
part.
Okay,
वाला
well,
चाय
here's the
लगता है.
counterpoint to that then. Summit is a coin flip. Should they have banned it? Yes. They shouldn't have let it through whatsoever
What about
under the
Breeze?
guise of NRG not having time on it. They shouldn't have let it through, but we are being, I think, potentially blinded by the fact that they choked the end of Breeze and blinded to the fact that they have actually improved the law.
Brent choked. They don't know how to play defense on Breeze.
They don't. Their defense is significantly problematic. Listen, I'm not making arguments here that
MIBR
MIBR will beat the team,
prediction
but here's the other
2-0
point, to be honest, is the fact that Tex
2-0
is now playing with the pack. This guy was playing like he had his
3-0.
headset off monitor off at
5-10
times. He was back in
MIBR.
a pack constantly. He was never playing off the team's pressure. But this time, things are different. He's actually playing with the team. He's being able to find those moments to strike when his team are creating moments. And I think that is a major difference maker.
अपने
It's
player
been
में
pissing me off. I mean, look, the community has been
लाना है क्या?
blinded,
Why
I think, by the
only
tail end of the
players,
MIBR series. They are
player
looking
imports
much
and
better, I
not
think, compared to
coach?
stage
ऐसा
1. They
कुछ
are
नहीं.
actually on the right track to
International
improving.
coach भी चलेगा.
It's hopefully a blip on the radar.
लेकिन
and
जहाँ
this
पे
will not
ऐसा सीन रहता
backfire
है कि
whatsoever.
तीन
All right,
इंडियन
so hot
प्लेयर्स
take is
रहते हैं
they're gonna beat
तो
IMV.
वहाँ
Listen,
पे
I've derailed this time.
इंडियन
I'm
को
just
ज़्यादा
gonna
सेंस बनता
get
है
this
और
mic out of my
तीन
hands
इंटरनेशनल
before I
प्लेयर्स
say
हैं
something
तो
else.
So finally distilled this cope. It's like super concentrated.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna let
if
you
his
stew
take
on it.
is that they're going to beat
Mimi,
envy,
फॉर
then I'm sorry.
एग्जांपल यहाँ का लोकल टूर्नामेंट है मान के चलो VCS है तो सेंस बनता है अगर फ्रेश टीम है एकदम नया नया टीम है तो इंटरनेशनल कोच लाएगा चलेगा और कुछ प्लेयर्स है जो बहुत टाइम से ये सीन में खेल रहे हैं तो आई थिंक इंडियन कोच ज़्यादा सेंस बनता है कि वो लोग को मालूम है कि कैसा प्ले स्टाइल है ये सीन का समझ रहे हो इफ दैट मेक्स सेंस स्टोर इज गुड मैन फास्ट प्रोसेस पूछ दो हैं तुम पूछ दो एक्चुअल में अच्छा है स्टोर अभी अभी थैंक यू फॉर द 40 मेरी जान कटे इस वाली आईडी में वाईटी प्रीमियम है विदाउट एड्स देख रहा हूँ तेरे मेन आईडी में क्यों नहीं है वो चीज लेकिन इधर एड्स नहीं है अगर तू एक बार स्ट्रीम खोला ना उसके बाद एड्स नहीं आएंगे मेरे को नहीं लगता तू लेकिन स्ट्रीम बंद करके स्ट्रीम खोलेगा तो तेरे को एड्स आएंगे लेकिन मैंने एड्स ऑफ करके रखा माय एड्स इज ऑफ स्टार्ट कब होगा मैच अभी 2 मिनट ये 1 मिनट के बाद वॉक इन होएगा फिर चालू हो जाएगा 4:30 तक चालू हो जाएगा आया भाई 2 एड्स पता नहीं आना तो नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि मैंने उसको मैनुअल पर रखा रिप्लाई तो दे दो रिप्लाई टू यू एंड मिलना भी चाहिए जो कम्युनिकेशन कर सकते हैं एंड कोऑप कर सकते हैं नहीं नहीं बहुत थे भाई भाई अभी के टाइम पे प्लेयर्स और कोचेस ज़्यादा है क्योंकि और कम है तो ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं मिलेगा ढूंढने पे सब मिलेगा मुझे वैसे भी नहीं आता ठीक है बंक्स भाई इंस्पिरेशन टू स्टार्ट दिस गेम एनी टिप्स टू इम्प्रूव मेरा इंस्पिरेशन कुछ नहीं था आई लव्ड गेमिंग तभी ये गेम आ गया और मैं ऑलरेडी गेम में अच्छा था लोग जुड़ गए और अच्छा लगने लगा प्लस ये लोग बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट करते हैं राइट प्लेयर्स को हो गया क्रिएटर्स को हो गया बहुत ज़्यादा करते हैं मच्छी 8 टाइम तक स्ट्रीम कर रहा था ब्रो. इसका चैलेंज कंप्लीट हुआ कि नहीं? आंड खा लिया भाई इसका चैलेंज ने. आंड खा लिया. बंदा अपने मेन गेम में डायमंड है और वहां पे गोस्ट वाला चैलेंज कर रहा है. जाना है, मन है इमो में कि इस बार भी बूस्ट है. सनक डायमंड आईडी से आ है. एसआर प्लैट आईडी से आ. क्या सीन है? क्या सीन है? माइक तेरे मुंह में. ये ले, ये ले. क्या सीन है भाई? जरा बोलता रहेगा. सुबह के 4:30 बजे भी इसके मुंह से कुछ अच्छा नहीं निकलता. हाँ, जरीफ भी लाइक सुबह के 4 बजे ईच. यार मेरे को इतना मन है ना पालोड खेलने का. मैं देखा भाई बहुत कुछ नया है भाई, बहुत कुछ नया है. हेवी मन हुआ है. बस कल परसों एक बात होने वाला है, एक इलॉन मस्क वाइफ से देखने का, क्लोन वोन बनाने का क्या सिस्टम है. क्योंकि टाइम नहीं है जिंदगी में अभी. बस मेरा क्लोन ही मेरे को कुछ कर सकता है हेल्प. 170 गेम्स खेल लिया, गोस्ट ही नहीं मिल रहा है ब्रो. मैं अगर रहता तो हर गेम चालू करके सीधा गोश्त पे टिक करके ओके कर देता. और गोश्त गलत है, हार गए, कोई सीन नहीं, नया गेम चालू. हाँ भाई 10 मिनट में खत्म कर दूं मैं वो चैलेंज. फाइंडिंग ऑल गोस्ट 10 मिनट में. नहीं, चैलेंज में रूल्स है, प्राइज मनी है, तो अपन हरामी स्ट्रीमर ना भाई. वही कर रहा. 2 मिनट का एक गेम खेल रहा, फिर भी नहीं हो रहा. ठीक है. डिलीश मुंबई लॉबी में टॉप फ्रैग नहीं करता, गाली दे, गेम थ्रो करता है. जब बोलो कि डोल को सेटअप करो, इन्हें को नहीं नहीं, कम कम कॉम्स कर. भाई मेरे को गाली क्यों पड़ती है वो मेरे को आज तक नहीं समझा. मैं कॉम्स करता भी नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मेरे को मैप में क्या हो रहा है मेरे को मालूम है. मैं हर गेम मारता हूँ, मैं मेरा काम करता हूँ. वो बात अलग है. अगर मैं कॉम्स करेगा तो ईजियर होएगा और सब कुछ परफेक्ट होएगा, वो बात अलग है, वो बात अलग है, लेकिन नहीं करना. हाँ, मैं मेरा काम करता हूँ, मारने का काम करता हूँ. एंट्री चाहिए, एंट्री हो जाएगा. एंट्री नहीं लेगा तो भी स्पेस हो जाएगा. ड्यूलिस्ट खेलेगा तो कुछ ना कुछ होएगा. तो वो करने का भाई. ब्लेम करके बीटी मेरे इसमें हर गेम 100% है. 100. मेरा कोई भी गेम देखो लास्ट ईयर, मेरे को पता नहीं ये साल क्या सीन था, किस भड़वे ने पिकाचू छोड़े मेरे पे, कौन सा टेलीग्राम या डिस्कॉर्ड एक्टिवेट हुआ है मेरे को नहीं मालूम, लेकिन हर गेम स्ट्रीम स्नाइपर से या विंट्रेडर से या फिर मैच मेकर से अलग किस्म के प्राणी है हर एक गेम. लेकिन फिर भी मैं इमो पहुंच गया.
Here for Envy against MIBR again. They've done it once.
इतना सिंगल लूप की बात करने के लिए YouTube पे आना पड़ता है.
VCT history. Their 2-0 win.
Thank you Zere for the raid, बच्ची boy. Love you मेरी जान.
Different look. Even one early
छुपा ले ले मेरा.
shot can't handle all of that pressure.
That's going to give Silver over to MIBR, and they're wasting no time and thrusting into the side. Aspas again, first in, but Glyph sets his feet as repelling 2 players comfortably. Demon One's able to get into the mix now, or even up in numbers as the rotates are coming in, but Kesnet
2v2 पे कैसे आ गया भाई?
Back inside that smoke now. Smoke comes down, as does the curtain on an MIBR round.
Love the speed of the flood that we see there from Envy. It's great anchoring from Glyph. He gets that cross-map anchor smoke from Rossi that comes down, plays around it, deals with both duelists alone.
Season 1
beautiful opening for the
Silver 1 right now. अब इसके आगे का बताओ.
In week 1, despite
Gold
losing by a significant margin, he had a number of rounds that he was just outright winning for the team. And yeah, for the guy who was brought in to be more of a structure piece, a supportive player on the initiator role, brought in for having great mid-round comms, he also is looking good in the shooting right now.
He put up 283 ACS in a 13-4 loss for Envy. And that was despite getting farmed a little bit early on in that series.
Marega.
Can he carry that through towards today?
Isco bhi marega.
Pretty quick.
Slide.
Moving
Isco
around
bhi
his side
marega.
now as they might be trying to challenge with these classics. Eventually bring Kesnit to heal, but the Spike is in a bit of an uncomfortable spot. And Demon 1 now will
ये
get
अपना
involved.
रॉसी नहीं है, इसकी रॉसी है. अपना इसके रॉसी है, इसकी रॉसी है. इसकी रॉसी है, उसकी रॉसी नहीं बुला सकते.
Couple kills already, not too bad. See if he can get.
Prediction then on the way.
Here. And look, it wasn't the most coordinated with like Kesnit and a second player coming in to help him on C, but I'm not mad at just seeing that sheer confidence, swinging, just fighting right now. Again, that is what you want to see from Envy. You have to understand coming into this year, and especially restructuring the team, they're fully away from the rankers core. Like, yeah, we're going to take the more standard, structured approach to getting into VCT. It makes sense. Every team they're going up against has that, right? But it just always feels like they're just trying to, you know, force a round peg into the square hole or whatever way you want to frame it, right? It just never feels completely natural for these guys.
These two teams are funny, right? Because MIBR has always felt really structured, but could benefit from loosening up and just playing with a bit more heart. Something that, you know,
आसपास मेरे जैसे भी 2 मिनट बर्बाद किए उनके लाइफ का.
Doing last week. Yeah. Whereas Envy always felt like they were looser. Now they're trying to add this structure in.
Spoiler do नहीं.
It feels like these teams could both benefit from just letting go of that a little bit. But they're training in different directions in terms of what they're trying to make their teams into.
I do really like the Ospas Neon a lot. I think that he was playing with way more just sheer confidence and desire. Chase down kills, hunt down players.
What trying to do? अलग-अलग एंगल से ट्राई करने का
He's playing with
बस.
cojones, bro. It was refreshing to see.
It really was. I don't think.
उसको बस एक kill मारना था, एक गन गिरता तो good
bonus. MIBR made some steps in the right direction we saw last week. They had a complete misfire in the map pool, leaving Summit in. A map that it just so happened NRG had been practicing. They assumed it wouldn't make it into the pool, and MIBR, in their own words, just weren't practicing on it at all. Let's see if they can make this C hit happen. 2 players on Envy gathered up.
Blind stun.
Here comes Ospas.
Good job, नहीं hold कर पाएंगे. Double
Relay ball to the back of the side. Aspas picks his moment to get out of the fast lane, but backs up into Rossi. That's
Bro,
too big.
right का काम तुम लोग पता कैसे नहीं मारा?
2 big rifles still in the game though for
Blind करके किधर skill किया? Zekken और एक और था. What?
Shows a little bit of his pigtail. Easy enough for Mazino to snip it.
Omen blind भी दिया, finish blind भी दिया. क्या हुआ वहाँ पे? रुको ठीक है. काश 2 सोलह लेना.
Drone broken early. He's going to have that recon back up in 5
और
seconds.
Jills. आज तक मेरे को 75,000 वाला Jills ने दिया.
Naturally, not going to be much for him to see here. He can already surmise our players chat cubby 1 long. Those are the standards. Set up in a standard double face. This all starts because Knights tries to find a time when they push out of garage this round and gets slapped by Mazino as part of his 4K in this round.
गलत space create किया था आसपास ने.
That was a great catch from Mazino. Newly minted IGL for this team. Again, I like the space though from Envy. They're trying to get in behind the fight. You know, to some extent, they're playing together just all under the same game plan. We are fighting them as they're coming into the site. We are flooding. And hey, they get away with some good damage there.
ज़्यादा नहीं हो जाता भाई कभी-कभी नहीं.
Just like we saw in that A site in the pistol, you kind of have to flood in there though.
Try करना पड़े.
And not have to play full retake on that part of the map.
Lovely. Language Jerry.
You can actually see Demon 1 with the AWP in this round. Kesnit was picking it up quite a bit back in week 1, but I think it makes more sense for the team when you have it set up like this.
NS शायद कम होएगा कि मेरे को परसों निकलना.
He still can do something with this though, and he swings that corner straight onto Knights. Zekken finds 2 within the space of that runner back. That is more than enough here to set up MIBR with an L drone to back it up.
लेकिन firepower क्या strong है ना.
Rossi realizes there's just nothing to do here. He's out of there.
Yeah, this is absolutely just going to be a save situation. And we definitely had a chance there with Glyph positioned in the corner. It's just a little bit awkward, right? Because Zekken is just running up through that fast lane, so Glyph is never able to actually break the Phoenix ult.
उस दिन बाहर जा रहा हूँ event
Zekken getting stalled for a little bit, just enough time to wrap the corner on default box and find that entry, and kills kind of cascade from there.
I do feel like
We saw a pretty big reaction to Zekken having a lower impact series last week. Certainly from the community. Some concern about whether Phoenix was where he belonged, was his right role here, but I feels like it's hard to doubt this guy when he starts to get rolling. To me,
टीजन का टीम परफॉर्मेंस कैसे चल रहा है? फिलहाल तो मैं उनसे बात भी नहीं कर पाया. एक बार खत्म हो जाए, फिर मैं बात करता हूँ.
Yeah, he played Phoenix on all 3 maps last week. Wasn't a great series from him, but we saw fantastic Phoenix play out of Zekken in stage 1. Even on Haven specifically, there was a game where he dropped something like 27, 28 kills on it. So he's definitely shown that he's more than capable of playing this agent at a high level. I'm going to allow Zekken to have one week where he's just playing
on paper with all
okay because he's Zekken. I'm totally confident that he's going to bounce back and play pretty amazing whenever you need him to, right?
And I don't want to misattribute this. I think it was from a Pedro Romero interview last week, but Demon One is pretty vocal about how jarring it is to go from playing Sentinel to playing Duelist or vice versa. He's obviously spread across both of those roles last week. It feels like just the feel of how you have to play, you know, be a loose end, a late rotate, a pivot, and then be at the head of the pack, trying to take first contact. For him, that transition in
मेरे को भेजने वाला हाथी तेरे तरफ ट्रांसफर कर दूंगा. ठीक है.
I wonder if there were conversations.
Very strong. Imagine this events.
That might see him a bit more
and last is big off. जो भी
even if it's not just Chamber Wire, maybe more Sentinel focus, pick up the Cypher on you know, some of these maps like Sunset later on in the series. And
thank you for the jewels for the good day.
God forbid.
Good morning, Bungwe. Good morning.
Down in a duelist.
जो लोग अभी आए हैं, good morning वालों, आंखें खोलो, like कर दो पहले.
By the way, do have their head coach back this week. Stun is in the building with them, so that'll be of big benefit to them. But yeah, on that Demon 1 point, there's definitely just the school of thought. There's one camp that just want to see him play Chamber on every single map. Because at the end of the day, the best games he's had this year, Chamber. Like when he was subbing with C9, he was just frying everyone. And Chamber is super viable. They've tried to flex around. We've seen him play, yeah, Viper, Duelist, like a bunch of different stuff.
Salary pay get TC9 के new team. घंटा salary दो.
Yeah, I get it though. You have Demon
वो लोग को देना चाहिए भाई.
See him get kills. Might be in position to do it there, except MIBR fall away when there's a little bit of that A lobby pressure. And
sometimes you see and reply, just ignore. Hurts more. Is good for us.
I like the idea from Kesnet. Trying to get a bit of a wrap around, but MIBR ready for this now. And though they might be contained, they're ready to fight out of this pincer. Nice chime in with the off. He's really wrapped around them. Now running back in play, Demon 1 creeps up on the angle and finds Verno. Now that was going to have to do something a little bit harebrained, I think, and go even deeper.
Here. The problem is where
smoke dala
gets you right. Now he's got to just be content with the save if he could even get out of there. But yeah, he's committed himself. Rossi has no chance trying to get a defuse on that spike.
And all the players that are going down on MIBR's side of the map, I think I like the wrap around, the fast play off the A side, but with their B presence collapses, right, then they're just playing retake on an open side.
But yeah, I think the significant first moment is that you have Kesnet slide out with the Vandal. He didn't want to wait for util, he wanted to use, well, I mean, the util of his own. It is a slide. It's the speed of trying to get ahead, catch a timing, but he can't. He's caught, and then
normal maps
it's tough from there. They're trying to recover that gun.
सबसे बाप अपने टर्म्स में खेलने के लिए ना ब्रीज हो गया, हेवन हो गया, ये सब टीम्स में प्रैक्टिस किया ना तो बहुत फर्क पड़ता.
MIBR really not taking any liberties at A long here. They barely push past that halfway point. Happy to leave the ship here and maybe work that B, maybe C split angle.
Title change कर दो कर दो इसको. Do this bring their own mouse keyboard? Yes.
So this frees up Kesnet to wrap back towards B.
Mouse pad keyboard.
Open up until now. Aspas might consider an acceleration here. He's ahead of the molly. That is pretty big. Knights may not be aware of just how deep Aspas is.
There's a chance that Envy could gather enough players over towards C that Glyph in range could send out a Hunter's Fury with a flood.
Left pay.
Hunter's Fury now, this could be pretty problematic. Aspas does get tapped by it. Kesnet in the corner of the side. The timing, though, for Zekken is going to be brought down. Tex handled, trying to play the loose end over to the B side of the map. And now MIBR are well and truly committed here. Envy of Glyph and Demon.
I think wall molly blind करके ये लोग fight किया.
Backside and garage pushes.
और फिर आसपास ने लेट स्टन दिया लेकिन दिया स्टन उसने
doesn't need to give his position away. Again, it's Steven 1 creeping up on an angle with an op. Or a tour de force, same thing. Doesn't pan out this time, and that Glyph might just have to face the music. Too much for him to handle.
Chalo bye, good night, done scene, good night, done scene.
Their lead. And we have been able to
बल्कि मैं आपकी आदत है Icebox Point सब आएगा rotation में ना prediction MABR
enough. They've not been able to actually lock them down.
Should be MABR easy.
They're getting the 3 players into the site. They had the Hunter's Fury to supplement them as well. But even still, not enough. This second layer push into the back site. The flashes from Zekin.
Baap.
Good chat, guys.
Just getting torn.
Baap it is very all.
Pretty stately here.
Rishabh bhai already answered.
No.
Why did I change
on the A side of the map, and then a YC split option to end the round. Demon 1 biding his time. Normally the spot that you see the Phoenix pick up more aggressively. Slide across. Casey gets caught out straight away. This might open things up at B now. Blaze War going to try and give them way on it. And Demon 1 tries to push out the timing, but MIBR are watching for it. Glyph there not being spotted. So he's able to get back to A safely, but his noise cut is extremely
games कैसे चल रहे हैं आपके? I think से champs में आएगा
no information, just an inkling.
वेलो मोबाइल का क्या सीन आप खेलोगे? मैं सिखाऊंगा, खेलूंगा
towards long now. It is going to be pretty entrenched presence for Envy inside this A site. They don't have to play retake. They are in there like swimwear, but Aspas hits the back of the site. Verno's already found his, and now Glyph has to fight for his life on that corner. And it all falls apart at the seams pretty quickly.
Envy have just had no chance at holding these sites. The util that's coming out from the MIBR duelist combo.
I'm watching you both. On white and घर लेने के लिए नहीं white पे
so deep off the fast
बोल
lane,
में कुछ नहीं है ads off से मेरी
जान
revenue is only super chat jewels membership
players really able to fight together in those situations divided by the wall
सिर्फ देख के help
able to set up crossfires or good timings to multi swing
VLR पे नहीं करते आप क्या चीज VLR पे नहीं करते
bad spot with the economy they are in full control of the game.
Now, Envy are another Kesnet team, so a push down mid with Sheriffs wouldn't be the most.
Thank you for the 250 jewels, मेरी जान गुड़े.
That used to be Crew's hallmark on some of these.
Thank you for the membership, मेरी जान गुड़े.
But no, the stunner structure is more restrained than that apparently. Tex is going to creep up, but not anywhere. The high angle here is able to make the correction in time with reflash into the fight. Knights is going to be able to pick up the kill and, crucially, the weapon for Kesnet. Bizarre place to find an encounter now. It's a bit awkward here for Knights, knowing that the A side is essentially overrun. They still got a bit of work with, but Aspas, again, playing with a bit of heart, goes to take the fight, knows he's favored. And I'm here for a bit of stat padding, honestly, if you're ahead. Rossi's going to make his way into this A side alone. Mazzino and Zekin, destabilizing elements of many on MIBR, will be waiting.
Rossi realistically has a chance to do this 1v2. It's going to be tough though dealing
अगर मैं फ्री नहीं होता तो भी चालू ही होता है जब तू लाइव होता है डुएल पीसी कह दे लव भी मेरी जान को डायना पड़ना
window is about to expire and there's just no inkling to check towards heaven.
Not clean round but जैसे ही वो लोग को मालूम पड़ा भी स्टैक्ड है वो लोग ए फास्ट कर दे स्केलिंग वेलिंग सब प्रॉपर था not a problem.
I want the GOAT to be hunting for kills. Like put the pressure on
them. For spray like
so
inka spray or it depends on Sensi. Obviously it depends on Sensi.
Every time you see him play, it feels like just waiting for the game to come to
mouse
him.
कितना हिलाएगा उतना फर्क तो पड़ेगा.
I want to see more
of that. यही spray बहुत कम Sensi में मारने का तो तेरे को ज़्यादा mouse हिलाना पड़ेगा.
Right, we saw him when he was sticking to a lot of jet, right? He'd wait for a flash. He'd want to be second in. He'd want things to be just so.
और high Sensi है तो थोड़ा.
Now he's making his own luck. And so far, seems like he's rolling well.
इसलिए मैं spray नहीं मारता. One tap.
No, we're here in the seaside. It's completely bereft of Envy players.
Yeah, no position to flood, and honestly, maybe for the best. The way that those attempts have been going, MIBR just having their number. Not going to be divided by Rossi. Envy attempting to get back in, but they're getting stalled out by the Molly, stalled out by the Hunter's Fury.
बहुत जल्दी मार दिया.
Just raw speculation here for Verno. No connection off the Hunter's Screw, but definitely has a delaying effect. Zekin going to play up inside the flash there. Mazino at least is able to trade his kill. Aspas back from behind the side, takes a swing, but Demon One is waiting with the off. Good luck, though, with the retake now. And Mr. Mazanov is aware that the deck is stacked against him. He'll be walking away with his tail and up between his legs.
MIBR just have the recipe for dealing with that situation. They are all in front of the wall. They are all fighting at the choke. Little, Tex has his eyes on Garage.
Bro, लेकिन एक चीज है वो लोग ने जो wall काटा है ना
off at window, so they don't have to be
वो flood के लिए अच्छा है लेकिन वो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा space दे दिए वो wall से
just util piece after util piece, time is getting delayed, then they have
बहुत ज़्यादा वो wall with अगर 100 alt है तो फिर I think
it's just over for them.
It feels like when you add Phoenix to these positions, you are really working with a ton of util. You've got an extra wall, you've got flashes
भले सोआ नहीं हो वहाँ से shock dart, wall dart, util डाल रहा है.
Like how nice is that setup? You have
Mizino,
second playing close, flashing into the choke. There's shocks coming into the choke. There's a swing coming from the left of default. Like you are never going to get out there if you're Envy.
top पे था.
Just have their.
सब हार गए उसके बाद 0 है देखे के अभी.
It's valid to come into this game with questions about where MIBR would be at.
I am gold 3 in 3 months. Imo जाने के लिए कितना time लगेगा? You think 6 hours? खेलूँगा daily.
3 opportunities to make it to
Santiago.
So I think they get reverse swept in the last one by NRG.
3-4 months.
That is pure pain.
I
and
think
then losing to Envy.
चीज understand करके game understand करके खेलेगा improve करने के लिए I think
painful.
Within 6 months
out of making it to London. They have gone through so much adversity this year, and then for this stage to begin,
तो अभी common हो गया क्योंकि buff है ना.
It is brutality after brutality that this team has suffered. So yeah, it's valid to think that they could come into this game with a bruised mental that Envy could exploit, but no, they really are firing on all cylinders. You do love to see that.
What's insane about their loss to Envy at the end of stage 1 is that game didn't mean anything because it will never happen again. We'll never see that Envy team play that Envy style. It was literally just a last hurrah.
Second time out usually early तब होता है अगर fundamentally तुम लोग कुछ ऐसा कर रहे हो जो
saw that and still decided not to lean in that direction.
मतलब scrim में नहीं होता और वो लोग ऐसा लिया तो तुम लोग ऐसा space नहीं लेते या ऐसा scale नहीं करते और कुछ ऐसा है कि एकदम गलत हो रहा नहीं होना चाहिए कुछ के हिसाब से तो हो लेता just because round हार रहे करके नहीं होता.
A round opener with a touch more hesitancy than we've seen on the others from MIBR.
Round हार रहे बहुत round इधर हार रहे और कोच ने figure out कर दिया कि कैसे counter कर सकते हैं.
Listening to MIBR now as this slow round.
क्या different कर सकते हैं ताकि उनको थोड़ा help हो जाएगा तो time out. Well, is irritating because of teammates, bro. Find a duo, play with duo, play 5-man.
Watch out with the flood.
Retake. Are in the smoke. Caught me in the smoke, man. Nice.
I'm grabbed. One flank.
Heavy flank. Can we flip? Come into the smoke.
Come into the smoke.
3, 2, 1. I cage long. I flash. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Now we're doing.
Left side.
Hold for short. Neon short.
इसका मतलब समझा?
3 flank, 1 spawn.
Yeah. How's someone get 10?
कि वो लोग flank कर रहे थे हम लोग city और heaven लेते हैं. Map flip करते हैं. Cheek. What?
That's fucking good, chat.
Sorry, that is absolutely disgusting. I love that call midway through that plant to flip, right? To try and fight those extremities, but
bro, what?
Literal theft there from Tex and some sharp shooting here over A-Long really sets MIBR up for success.
Yeah, they make the right call. They're pushing it to just Demon 1.
He looks like
he's going to be the round. He gets the up kill into the headhunter switch. Surely it's over then, right? They can't take the space they wanted to towards spawn. They're stuck on the site. They know they're getting flanked. And they just win out the 2v4. That is outrageous.
भाई मैं बोला था एक बंदा पॉप अप होता है ना भाई वाट ही लगता है गेम का. जैसे इसमें मजीनो है.
Right back, just fighting off into C. Ross gets the one trade, but that's irrelevant. The guns, the weaponry, not enough to get anything else accomplished. This is MIBR just
next round क्या है? कुछ नहीं है. वो लोग बस ult ही नहीं major.
It's such a healthy lead, and they simply fight into C long with it's a pretty overwhelming
utility. So जाएगा लड़ने को ताकि उसका ult आए.
Better weapons. And it's funny because we're, again, being reminded of
kind of the
कोई भी एक
ballpark
बंदा
of
पहले
where
लड़ो
the
या फिर
MIBR ceiling
आसपास
could
के
be.
लड़के
That's
के लिए
never
या
really
फिर
been hard to
सो
imagine. The challenge for this team is building a floor
never mind
that
दोनों ने
doesn't
एक ले
collapse
लिया
underneath that ceiling, which is about the mental aspect. It's about how you turn up on your worst day. I think this team wants a bad day.
What is the play
to still
style
have a
of
lot of these
Chamber,
elements of
bro?
consistency,
I think I
right?
play long. Chamber का main सबसे ये है कि you can play any off
This is
angle.
obviously a great
तू
example of
open में
what's
खड़ा रह सकता है, तो
possible.
टेढ़ा खड़ा रह सकता
And
है,
with Mazzino coming
तू
in and
box में
fragging
खड़ा
out
रह
the storm
सकता है,
and ostensibly calling
तू
this attack
इधर
side.
भी खड़ा रह सकता है, and you are safe.
You've got to be
तो
feeling good
पहला
about
shot
the
लेके
shot.
टीपी मार सकता
Yeah, absolutely. I do think we saw that to an extent last week as
है. और
well.
उसका main काम है कि line रखना बड़ा-बड़ा. अभी जैसा है
Touch on
Demon
Mazzino,
One
it is
देख,
nice to see him at the
C
top
का
of the
पूरा
board, 13 and
line
3.
रखा है.
He
वो
has had
आराम
to
से जब तक
be
उसका
outside his
radius है,
comfort zone for a
वो push
long
करेगा और
time.
फिर एक जगह
And
रह
you
के off
forget
angle
how
लेके खड़ा हो
talented he
जाएगा.
is individually because he's just had to make so many role swaps, he's picking up IGLing.
भाई उस पे प्रेशर तब आएगा जब सारे लोग गरज जाएगा. सारे लोग गरज जाएगा तो उसका टीपी वेस्ट है. उसको सीलोंग फिर गुड फॉर वन खेलना पड़ेगा. फिर उसको स्विच करना पड़ेगा.
Tough day at the office. Demon One's pressed up on that C long, playing close contact, and he has Tour de Force active, so virtually looking for stopping power there. But again, it's B that's being left open, and we really have been leaving this up for retake.
No longer playing to the floods. That was not the answer. MIBR were handling them with
Bro,
ease.
उनके पास मौली भी है Zekan
No ults
का.
for this retake. 4 of them gathered up at this A-Link side. They need to really burst through that choke, create some space. The sun is nice on the off. Boston doesn't capitalize.
Perfect, yeah, well set up there by Rossi. Nova Pulse finds its mark, but Zekin's going to be able to fight around the side now. Refight again with these refreshing flashes. And now run it back, built up. Demon One is in deep trouble. Everybody's looking for him. Zekin just denied his fourth. But the flood doesn't work. The slow retake doesn't work. The anchoring doesn't work. It's a disastrous defense side for Envy.
MIBR just looked unstoppable. Yeah, there was no answer for Envy. Every single exec, if they tried to anchor, they were getting run over. They could not manage the barrage of utility coming their way. You had MIBR picking the right timings to hit these sites as well. Early in the half, when you had Envy stacked up right, flooding right, it wasn't enough. And then MIBR just go on a run of picking the light sites, getting easy post plants to play out. Damn, they look really good right now.
Stunning stuff so far.
एक मैं नोटिस किया है कि उसमें इमी और कंट्रोलर का एम तो क्रेजी होता है, बट ऐसे कि नहीं सबका एम क्रेजी होता है. सबका एम क्रेजी रहता है. क्या इनवी चैम जाएगी? हाईली डाउटफुल. I just reached silver to plat in 3 months. How much time will it take reach Imo 1? तू तो बहुत जल्दी गया रे प्लाट. मेन तेरे को बीटी मिलेगा डायमंड और एसेडेंट में. एसेडेंट इज हेल. इट्स हेल. एसेडेंट प्लेयर्स आर लाइक मैंने कुछ खतरनाक अचीव कर लिया है, अब मेरा सुनो, मुझे गेम आता है वो वाला. So it's hell.
Glyph and Knights for LEV 2025. Glyph tried out for us for a while, and I always told him, I'm like, you know, we're not going to pick you up right now, but you are like a really good player, and you will go pro eventually, like fully pro. And then, you know, he went to EU and came back, so I think he's really good. Knights as well, on a like really insane prodigy. Obviously one of the up and comers for sure. So I think their roster definitely upgraded.
नाइट्स क्या 18 साल का है क्या? एजेंट क्रेजी रैंक का. ओ माय गॉड, मत पूछो. मेरे को तुम लोग इमो 1 पे कभी भी रखो, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन एसेडेंट इज लाइक ओ फक. Good morning.
Brutal first half there for Envy on the defense side of Haven.
Which mic are you using? अभी तो मैं Elgato वाला यूज कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन मेरा मेन Blue 80 वाला माइक है जो बहुत साल बाद खराब हो गया. I am Master Plat 3. What should I do? Enjoy game.
We saw a wide range of approaches there from
19 है शायद. ठीक है.
Anchor, play forward, flood, slower retake behind util. promising signs with the Astra util in that last round of the half, I think. Try and set up. Kesney got, was able to get a kill off a stun.
Hey, Envy तो वही है क्या जिसको मैं मिला था?
For Envy. Do they have that level of variety in the attack side? We're going to have to hope so. Or hope at least we see enough rounds to see what they can offer.
Might be an early clash coming on this A side, depending on how aggressive MIBR want to get.
Might be right, Wyatt. This one is already getting frothy, and Zekin striking first. Getting a ping there on the player inside the lobby. That's all MIBR need to know about how many MV players are going to be set up here. This one looks like it's destined to be another stinker for Team Envy. MIBR
normally fight में game खत्म कर दिया अभी lobby fight में.
World beaters in this matchup. Man, that just felt all too predictable. How long was Verno
just slowly
moved to left, just staring that flash coming in on 3,
util or
2,
game
1,
team
goes on the corner. All right, great. They just look at him. He's just like pre-turned it so early. They just know exactly what is about to happen.
Solo play
They already got the pressure ready to go from short. They've just been cooked.
एक बार आप random ranks guess करो मजा आएगा डन से ये chance को बात करते हैं.
Really adding a tight structure for Envy that makes them look a little predictable or readable. They certainly were readable in their last game of stage 1.
They're just trying to accelerate off force by
Recon ने थोड़ा blind का जैसे Recon कैसे तोड़ेगा? जो fight हो रहा है सामने से stun बना रहा है 2 बंदे push कर रहे हैं. वो Recon का timing भी वैसा रहता है.
Sung for 2, but Glyph is low and Demon 1 still trying to creep his way in with the bandit. Zekin actually outdone by the headhunter in that range. Mizzino though should be good here to lock this one up. It's going to be a quick day at the office here, I feel. MIBR marching towards a map finish.
This is a real stat pattern for Mizzino. Hey man, he needs that for the confidence. IGLing and popping off on his shoulders, playing the controller main, which is not his favorite agent to be on. You know, ideally, 99% living in Mizzino's world, he can do whatever he wants. He would love to be playing a little bit of Flash this year. He'd love to throw some Breach out here on Haven. Pretend it's 2023, 2024 again, and Breach is a
subscriber members के clip से करना बहुत मजा आएगा.
Demon 1 with the Marshal.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Kesney still trying to play with a bit of pace, a bit of heart, despite it getting broken over these last 14 rounds.
This Envy sucks. Bro, this MIBR is strong, bro.
And Aspas is on an off angle here. One that the Owl drone could sniff out in theory. Trying to play ahead of it there. It's going to be Zekin now springing forth just for one.
Heavy damage. ये मारने
it's
पड़ेगा.
in a favorable position, and Demon 1 always seems to be in the right spot. Can't quite complete the kill though. Tex will be allowed to slip over towards the A side.
Oh no, Knights
no.
Goes down over towards Long, but they're going to call it off Envy. Go back to Demon 1, go back to the space that he's got.
It's a really heads-up cancel, knowing that their Sentinel is giving them a ton of room into B.
I like how MIBR are working the map right now. To look at Verno's position, critical in this round. He has full HP and has the Phantom. Best kit on the field right now, and he's worked his way through
Inspire क्या करता है अभी? वो तो अच्छा player था ना.
Some time for his other 2 players to get towards B main. This drone is definitely going to be the attention grabber.
This Mizzino smoke could be critical. Demon 1 picked off early. Tex is able to find him on the approach now. Glyph uncomfortable. In an off-angle position, but low in health now. Traded down. It's all on Rossi. Envy make the right call with a late rotate, and Rossi's going to have to ace now to keep them in the game. 2 young bloods still fighting for recognition. Verno's going to get this spike to half, and God forbid he sticks it. That would be absurd. Rossi completes the ace. It's more of a sigh of relief than a yell of jubilation.
Hey, at least for Envy, back-to-back matches, 2 guys have gotten aces. Rossi gets one now. Knights on his left, his debut, he got an ace last week.
New talent like Jervin.
And again, this one
feels
less consequential. I mean, I guess it keeps the game going.
Finding a talent.
What looked like the makings of a legitimate comeback on Breeze. This one might just be for the sake of his VLR rating, but
I
didn't speak too soon. But this is something of an uphill battle in front of them. You typically favor the team with 12 rounds on the board in this situation, Mitch.
इस बार शायद टिटो करने वाला है 2027 में. ठीक है.
It might be not just
how is P
playing an op on this contact extremely. No, they've got 3 players with nose to the glass like it's a candy store. getting ready.
आसपास के contact में
kind of timing to fight into this space.
Yeah, it's just
पट से blind.
I think Aspas tap flash.
Who's taking
Re-swing.
contact here? Yeah, I guess a flash off Aspas is contacting, gets brought down, and Zekken wants to fight that solo. Fair enough. It all falls apart though.
Yeah, I mean that's the intention of the play. I mean, it's just simple setup. But in the world where Aspas gets
Why is
the kill and
fading
then
away?
the flash and the double
I
swing,
mean,
they're cooking.
You don't have any choice if you're Zekken. You have to fight that because what are you going to do? Turn your back on them and run down C-Long? Absolutely not. You are fully committed there.
3 बंदे थे वो लोग इतना लेट आए ना
spin a trick like that on a save round like this.
वैसे भी वहाँ पे भी टैक्स रहता था I think वो फाइट
Just couldn't find a time.
वो फाइट तब भी MIBR के वे में जाता अगर आसपास पहला वो किल मारे और फिर स्लाइड करे या फिर जिगल करके बेट होके स्लाइड करे कुछ भी करके उसको स्लाइड करके जिंदा रहना तो वो लोग तीनों स्विंग करके मार सकते तो फाइट जीत सकते थे बस
Verno pinging a gun for himself.
आपके जैसा वॉच पार्टी स्ट्रीमर बन सकते हैं क्या मेरे को नहीं मालूम When you started YouTube, I guess 7-8 years ago.
Into this game is it best?
7
Obviously,
years ago.
It's overtime they're aiming for.
इस बार अगर मेरे को मालूम था कुछ सीन हुआ करके मेरे को मालूम था.
Nice kills. He's playing well individually. Yeah, I think Glyph had a couple really
important moments, had some heads-up kills
in that first half that we saw as well. Like, even in these losses, I think you're really clearly seeing Glyph's game sense on display. When the camera is on him, I have been impressed with him in both of their matches so far, despite what's happening to the team. I think he is standing out.
भाई लेकिन ये मैप में मजीदों ने
just for different reasons, like you said.
क्रेजी मारा था भाई.
In theory, he was picked up.
Technically बहुत सारे राउंड एनवी को पास जाना चाहिए थे, स्पेशली जब वो लोग एंगल्स खाली नहीं कर रहे मतलब हेवी पनिश होना चाहिए
clearly adding some
heavy
experience to his
2-3 राउंड निकाल लेते थे बहुत क्लोज जाता था भाई बहुत क्लोज जाता था मैच
last week that he felt like on Gentlemates he completely lost his identity as a player. He was a cog in the machine.
लेकिन फायर पावर फुल लेफ्ट राइट हो रहा है बहुत विफिंग्स हो रही है.
He really wants to be able to find his identity again. Coming back to the Americas, which he felt like he had in his challenger stint. I mean, I can see what he's talking about.
He's in the right place. He's practically the Xavier Institute of identity finding, but I don't know how much more there is to be found in this one as Zekken dives upon them. Nice with the run it back allows him to take a more aggressive kill. Shut down the threat that Zekken's offered. Now I ping back to B, but it is not an empty site.
Free kill मिलने वाला है.
When a game-closing position.
Cute from Knights there, tried to duck in under it, but Mazzino was too quick to the click.
30 seconds left.
Time's of the essence. Verno's still very well kitted out in terms of... And Aspas just has an inkling for it! There it is! 13-4 for MIBR. Ironically, that is the number of rounds that they won in the last meeting between these two teams, keeping a much cleaner sheet this time around.
And by the way, that on the last round, I believe, is an Aspas buying 0 armor, just glass cannon, vandal. Playing a bold game.
Comeback तो नहीं आने सर. Comeback तो आने सर.
Zekken with a hell of a performance too, puts up 5 first kills,
clean,
18 on the board.
Like
His Phoenix on Haven definitely looks really good. Maybe if you want to be a hater, you can question it on the other maps, but we'll get to see it on Sunset as well in a moment. As leaned into this neon
defense stronger होना चाहिए था.
Overall, I would say so far, it's
both Zekken and Mazzino above 300 ACS in that game. Aspas continuing to play aggressively. Some good signs here for MIBR and Envy have a lot of thinking to do. Was there
players का XP account होता है कि right देता है सारा unlock
series after we hear from our catch.
उनके नाम का account सारा unlock skins जो चाहिए वो use करो. I'm struggling in between how to improve and reach gold. Easy, watch my stream.
And optimize your connection in one tap. Express and game without ISP throttling. Express and shield yourself from DDoS attacks. Express and choose the VPN trusted by gamers everywhere. Express VPN. Experience gaming the Express way. Fast, stable, competitive. Outplay the world. It's time to Express. Unlock free cosmetics, including Lightning Kicks Buddy and more.
One thing for sure, Aspas started career with duelist and continuing self, but then other Duelist will step down from duelist. Step down नहीं, coaches ने बोला रहेगा. कोई step down नहीं करता. और कोच को लगता है कि ये इसमें तेरा सेम मैकेनिक्स काम आएगा और तू बेटर खेलेगा तो कोच बोलता है. और वो अच्छा बात भी है, वरना बर्नआउट होता है तुम लोग एक ही एजेंट खेलते रहोगे. अब तो अभी तक बेस्ट इवेंट कौन सा लगा मेरे लिए? तो टोरंटो था. मेरे को तो भाई पेरिस भाई बहुत लोगों से और सब लोगों से मिला हूं मैं. हाँ, और वहां पे जो कमबैक हुआ है क्राउड के वजह से, माँ कसम सिनेमा था वो, सिनेमा. कैम जा रहे हो? ये नहीं मालूम कब खत्म होएगा. अगर मैप 3 का है तो आई थिंक 7 बजे. अगर ये लास्ट मैप है तो आई थिंक 6:10 6:15 था. आओ आओ. नाक पे क्या लगाते हो? नाक ओपन करने के लिए कुछ तो चीज है. वो लेकिन क्या फंडा है पता नहीं. पूरा टाइम लगा के रख सकते हैं कैसे नहीं पता. रुक जाओ चैट, मैं मोबाइल पे ठीक है.
Congrats on stealing away Envy's map pick, but looking ahead to Sunset, that is a map you took away from NRG last week, but they did do a little bit of a fake comeback on that defensive half. So you're starting on defense. Do you feel a lot more confident this time around, and why?
Yeah, I mean, our problems on defense have been pretty known to us, so it's really all about just executing those game plans and working on the mistakes that we've been making. So it's something that we've known from ourselves, and we're doing our best to fix that, and you know, we're confident on the map, so hopefully we show that.
Love to hear it. I'm looking forward to the improvements.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad to hear them talking a little bit about the unfortunate events they've had on defense in the past. Of course, that was that second half of Breeze last week where everything spiraled completely out of control.
It was quite an event, really.
Yeah, it was a rough one. But today, defense absolutely knocked it out of the park here at the start on Haven.
I mean, they knocked everything out of the park in this game. This is a really good look from them. Most of the rounds, of course, coming in that first half from the attacking side. But I think if you're walking away from this game, the big thing is, hey, they ran back the same identity that they did in the last game that they played. And just like in the first map and a half that they looked really good in last week, the execution was good, Aspas was confident, entrying, Zekin was right there with him. Like, this looked like the MIBR that should have won 2-0 last week.
And I think in particular, it was these post plants where Envy just couldn't really make it in. Like, over here on this C retake, they're trying to come all the way in. 5 players flooding out CT, and MIBR can just kind of mow them down. They've got, what, 3-4 players just fighting over that angle, throwing plenty of Phoenix utility in as well to make sure that Envy never comfortably can step out to trade each other.
Yeah, I think the execution on a lot of these retake ideas from Envy ended up not being the best in these rounds. You see, this one is a 4-on-4. They're going for this heavy flank retake. They should be in control of this game. And then you see this double swing come out. Mazzino hits the spray transfer, and the swing from Heaven is coming just that bit later than the rest. You look towards the end of the half, and it's another really similar rounds where Envy looked to be in a good position, getting this early pick onto Aspas, but then just cannot win out in the team fighting, in the trades. That to me is something that Envy, this team is such good individuals, should be great at, brawling, fighting together. But in both the games they played now this week and last, it has been that team fighting, that execution, that has not been up to the level it needs to be.
Yeah, and for MIBR, they just sort of smacked that down in its entirety. You have Zekin, of course, coming away with some great numbers. Mazzino as well, I think, throughout the entire, especially early on in that first half, was absolutely carving up Envy. There was nothing really they could find in terms of an overall answer. So now I suppose we've found ourselves in a situation once again for Envy where there's really not a lot of great stuff to work on.
No, this was rough. I think the biggest thing that was a struggle here was that they were playing a comp that I think leans more into their identity, but contrasting to MIBR, when they did go for these faster plays with the Neon Phoenix trying to dive in and fight together, They were not finding success. They weren't individually getting the entries in the big rounds you would expect from a team like Envy. But like I'm talking about, it's also the team play later on that is failing to come to fruition. And it just feels like they're in such a bad spot now because we're looking at the map that was so excellent last week for MIBR in Sunset coming up.
Well, you can see down there at the bottom who you guys thought was the map 1 MVP, and you can keep spamming in chat, I believe. Ospos getting 43% of the votes.
Do you think that Ospos would ever lose one of these?
But Mazina was 20 kills to 7 deaths.
I think Ospos deserves it.
I don't even think Ospos was the top 3 in that first map.
Are you trying to say that this election was not legitimate?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I know is that I don't know what y'all are doing in chat right now.
This is democracy, Christy.
In action, and it's just getting worse and worse, I'm pretty sure. Just keeps getting more and more skewed. I feel for...
The tyranny of the majority has come down upon us
to make Ospos. Well, it's gone now, so who really knows who won? I forgot. I wasn't looking when it disappeared. It could have changed at the last second.
That might be more of an object permanence issue on your behalf, but we're looking at Sunset.
And I really hope that Envy don't have object permanence, because if they do, they'll remember what just happened to them on Haven.
Yeah, they should not remember that, but
Twitter में gaming में सब
if
वही
I'm
भरा
having
पड़ा है.
memories of this map,
क्या crazy क्या है ना जी ने
on
आज.
the attack side in particular, I think this is where their execution looked so on point with the double duelist.
Crazy क्या है 2-0 ऐसा
scoreline के साथ. On this map, I love to watch it. The second half, their defense as well. I thought they had good protocols. Especially how they held space back and then played these flood retakes into front side. It looked super drilled. This was the map that sold me on MIBR being back in stage 2.
Okay. So you're sold there. Is there any selling you can try to do on the Envy front? Like we talked about some of the
Thank you so much for guidance. So much today. We'll include this point, feedback, and gameplay, and improve as well. Love it too,
two maps versus looking forward to another week. All right.
I think it's looking grim.
I thought you were just going to say nothing, and that's okay. We're going to hear what Coach Stunner has to say before we get into map 2.
Plus, वो लोग का playstyle भी अलग रहता है.
Stunner, that was your map pick of Haven, and I can't imagine that's how you saw it playing out. So, straight up, what went wrong? What didn't translate over from those scrims?
I mean, we're just flatlining our defense. We're playing too timid, and when we are in front of them, we're just playing our micro steps horribly right now. So we got to get on the same page.
Yeah, especially for the next map coming up of Sunset. But thank you so much.
मिनिमम 3 राउंड और जीतते, एक और राउंड एक को मिलता, बाप रे बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. Good morning, good morning. पहले पेरिस जैसा प्लेयर्स एंड सबका गेट टुगेदर सब इवेंट में होता है. हाँ, मतलब एक वो लोग ऑफ डे रखते हैं जब भी इवेंट खत्म होता है, उसके बाद आफ्टर पार्टी वैसा. तो वहाँ पे वो लोग का कुछ इंटरव्यूज भी होता है, फोटोज भी होता है जो लोग जीते, और फिर अलग लोग भी आते हैं, प्लस सब लोग भी आते हैं, ऐसा है. तो सारे टीम ओनर्स हो गए, वो लोग भी आते हैं. बहुत क्रेजी इवेंट था वो. ड्रिंक चलते क्या? ऑब्वियसली भाई, पानी तो चलता ही है उधर. ऑब्वियसली. पॉइंट्स आने दो भाई शर्मा.
And that way I can always trust him, that I can just focus on competing. My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie. क्या डालूंगा? आसपास.
Knight has to ace to keep Envy in this now. There's your boy! Debut ace! 4 Knights!
आसपास prediction coming. Yo, good morning, good morning.
Clutch do Zeke!
It's a server full of some pretty famous names in Valorant, but only one of these ambitious projects is about to begin stage 2 at 0-2.
I mean, Kesnet, Mazzino, these two guys, the history, both of them making a splash with Crew. The first big moment for LATAM came from that duo, Champions 2021. One of the most memorable Champions runs of all time. They make it to that semi-final. On the way, they beat Sen, they beat Fnatic. Crazy OT game against Gambit that just kept them narrowly away from being in the grand final. And then all these years later, competing against each other, both of them standing the test of time, while a lot of the old LATAM guard around them have fallen by the wayside. You know, since then, yeah, you had Mazzino kind of get close to that glory playing with Ospos, LEV 2024.
points आने दोगे कि नहीं?
But there are other names in LATAM that have since eclipsed them now. If you look at many of the members on Leviathan and other rosters, these two players you'd think really wanted to be in that conversation and had set themselves up back then to be there. But
you would have
still
thought
searching.
If a trophy went in that direction, that
one of these two had to have this
would have been a part of that LATAM team, right? Yeah,
गलत upset कर सकता है वो लोग
crazy that it didn't end up being the case. But
मैं इतना angles है ना, इतना angles, Sage Wall angle, Chamber TP angles, Omen TP angles.
Sage comp with Demon One still on that chamber, so they go to single duelist here on Sunset. And for MIBR, they'll come around. We'll see Aspas, Neon, Zek, and Phoenix, so no huge changes for them. Tex on the Cypher is always going to be good. You know, to really control the pace of game on those weak sites.
Yeah, Tex looked great on this map the other day. I mean, unfortunately, what was
I drink only
ended up being marred by that clutch attempt against Mata that went wrong on Breeze, and that's all that people remember. But he was playing really well in that series.
Bren did some cope at the start of this series. He didn't touch on how mad he was about the narrative around Tex after last week. So, bro has a lot to say, but there's plenty to take away from that little diatribe. And frankly, MIBR
with second edition MIBR का एक event जीतना चाहिए वो लोग को actual में strong है. On paper I think सब लोग agree करेंगे it's the strongest team.
You know, even in the rounds at NB1, they felt like they happened in junk time. There was, you know, a pretty key ace from Rossi there, but it certainly felt unsalvageable. So now we head on to MIBR Sunset. Frod has always said his teams love this map. He loves to coach teams on this map. He said this was the old MIBR's best map, even if it didn't eventuate in Toronto. So let's see what we have in store now. They'll start on the defense side.
And this was a really fun one to watch.
फिर एक मारने का या फिर chill करने का.
We got to see Ospos just imposing his will on the server, playing so much more aggressively. Working our way
into just blind करके पहले fade elbow fight लेंगे लोग.
Spawn cut off by that Sage Wall.
I like the flip attempt here from the defense side, but this is going to be sniffed out by Glyph. He's forced away though by the paranoia, and now MIBR in a position to fight for this. Snaking their way down short. Still leaves Aspas in a position to pinch onto Elbow, but time is really the essence here. Rossi crosses. Not a true crossfire setup, but Glyph now is going to help out with the rest.
Oh my goodness,
forget about it, man. They all walk out of the line of fire, and now Rossi's going to salvage this. Oh, this ship is scuppered. Not what you want to see. If you're an NV fan, I'll put it plainly for you. MIBR fight back in a short-handed scenario.
Maybe it's just the time of year. It's the sense of making a champions slipping away from Aspas. But he looks like a different player. Last week, this week, than we've seen him so far in 2026. Just insane moments already.
And we were hearing all last year of this, even kickoff, like of Aspas being a little resistant to pick up some of these more dive, more oriented doors. Some Waylay, some Yoru. And it kind of got passed around on this MIBR side because it didn't really seem to suit him. But Neon seems to fit like a glove in a way that we wouldn't have expected.
Yeah, it's like something you would pick up occasionally on the pass, like with Loud, way back then, but never really fully immersed himself in it. And it, you know, does feel like... No ace, but it does feel like when you go back in the history books and you look at Ospos' career, you're going to feel like, man, I wish this guy would have just went all in on Yoru when he was the best agent in
Devon
the
का
game.
prime खत्म हो गया नहीं साथ में मिलके देखना पड़ेगा मारता तो है बे उसका मैकेनिक्स अभी भी है
who is arguably the greatest player of all
लेकिन
time,
उसको
at one
बहुत
point
बार
was
ऐसा
battling the best
favorable
player
fights
in the
नहीं मिलता
world. To miss out on playing the best duelist agent right now as a duelist main, we cannot let him
जब
avoid
मिलता है
that
अगर
and
उसने वेस्ट
stay
कर दिया
in
तो
the
फिर
jet
दिखता
and
नहीं है
raise zone forever. Like he needs to be on
Sunset पे फेड अच्छा
great
काफी
agents.
अच्छा
He has to evolve.
Where he can, evolve and also put up the GOAT level performances. Because he's playing with training weights when he's going on some of these lesser duelist agents playing against Neons and Yorus all day when Yoru's relevant, right?
Envy's comp gives them this access to this top mid split that
फिर
you
से
see some
flip
teams
कर दिया
threaten
अलग
but
में
never really fully commit to when they're just smoking that part of the map. But look at them get in onto this B side.
And might be on make a good decision though, double up to control the space in main. So they still will have an extra angle to get
फिर
back
से
in
flip
towards
कर
the
दिया
site.
This is something I want to see more of. It's really hard for defenders to peer into that top mid scenario and try and take a fight against the attackers. So Envy making very good use of this Sage wall to get themselves in. Tex here is dug in on the back of the site though.
अगर इधर केस
Still on
डाला
a
Tex
danger
ने
angle
bro
quite deep.
I
Now the
think
Cyber
कर
Cage
दिया
also going to
Tex.
break things up. Maybe an opportunity for Mazzino there. Going to be Tex finding it. Another one. It's going to be Verno on Demon 1. Again, it's an issue of time though. And Demon 1 loves to bide his. Just play it slow, play it safe.
Oh my
What a
god
moment there from Verno. Defuse with just under 2 seconds left, and that has got to be some egg on Demon 1's face.
Just a dagger to the heart. It feels like that might be the crushing blow for this map if we're on round 3.
Bit early for that, isn't it? But
I mean, do they have the resolve to get back from a situation like that?
What?
Oh man.
Especially after what just happened on Haven on their own map pick. Look at Stunner's face. He is just distraught.
Yeah.
And
just a brutal bonus to lose against.
4-0 up और उनका फिर next round में
You gotta give a lot of credit there to Tex, by the way. He comes in just the Sheriff, one of the lesser weapons when you look at MIBR in totality there, and he gets 2 crucial kills with it.
Envy, like they're getting busy in these early rounds. Again, they're taking a lot of this space in towards mid. This time the wall is in market. But it's a bit of a dead stop in mid. It looks like Envy really want to just capture this space, but Zekin's going to fight for it with this line back. He knows it's risky, but he can afford to throw caution to it. He's got a ton of damage down in those last few seconds. Aspas, more than
सारा जो भी
space
लिया था सारा खत्म भले ही कोई
Just hunting them
But
down.
idea वही है
That's something we've seen from his Neon. He's pouncing on opportunities. When he sees that someone is trying to limp away, there's some danger, someone's trying to get around the corner.
Bolt Soul Cash W में जाने कड़े W में जाने कड़े
There's honestly a ton to talk about in that round because the Sage Wall gets placed this time in market. And it looks like Envy
fell off so
fight
brutal.
for mid a little bit until the
करेगा
Phoenix
लेकिन
turns
अच्छा
up top
करेगा
mid and Zekin starts ruining them.
One enemy remaining.
Again, it's a low economy round, right?
Okay.
That's probably
so
where the
alt है
confidence is originating from for
अब
MIBR.
ये round के लिए so alt है
Attack side up for Demon 1.
Oh, there's no way.
Aspas is going for it, bro. This is insane. KZ going to get brought down with the help of Tex and now Hannes Fury to punish some of these players in mid. A lot of space taken by MIBR. And it could be a hot minute before Envy can re-clear it.
Tex just sits down 2 of them, gets
इधर
the res
Tex
out,
ने help
still
किया
have the
उधर
man
आसपास
advantage.
ने space लिया और यहाँ
They need
पे
to commit that. They can't
cross
lose
turn मार के
another
उधर
buy
सोवा
round
ने
here.
help किया और फिर वो help में Tex ने वापस मारा
That would just be giving
Pinshot
way too much up to MI.
पागल हो गए क्या जानवर लोग
Right into this B site, but it's littered with cypher
Trips भी है
utility.
spam मारते रहो भाई ले लोड़े
He's
लग गए
alive at the back of the side. He can even have a recon later in the round if it's required. Rossi brings him down in the end, but Aspas slides on in to dominate him. 5 unanswered rounds here for MIBR, and no shortage of crashing round losses for Envy amongst them.
Nah.
It's just looking effortless for them. I love that they integrate a play like that.
Bro, W
at that
भाई
exact like juncture in the half where Envy are
इसने
on a
help किया
pivotal full buy round.
और ये stun plus soul तब जाके Tex pick करके मारा
your aggro defense set piece
We're
combo
in
up the
there,
ults.
sir.
You know, that's a great call to get it in on that round. Perfect timing.
I
think we started to see Zekan say that at the end of the listen in the previous round. And then he cut off, right? So obviously there was a plan to play into the next gun round. Got to be a timeout here for Envy because look, in much the same style, nothing has been working. They are getting busy in the early rounds. There's been no semblance of default play from these guys. Even a round like that one, when they've got an op in Demon One's hands, a round that you think as a result is probably going to look a little slower, the pace gets imposed on them. Aspas slides into mid. With that, Neon Ultimate in play, they don't have the option to play a slow round, MV. The pace gets dictated for them and they just fall apart. So how do they set the pace for themselves in this attack side?
You're going to imagine this is a round where Demon One is going to bring out that tour de force, see if he can't find an opening. It was a quiet week one for him, playing the KJ, playing the Phoenix. And he's on the agent that everyone would want to see him play. The one where he can most impose his will on server, play aggro, take fights, take timings.
Mid double up कर दिया.
He loves to just push up on these angles with an op or a similar weapon. He's got a trip to deal with though on that A short side, so.
A पे बुलाया, कोई pressure नहीं है Demon One पे. वो लोग बताइए retake खेल रहे हैं.
And the one-way smoke.
अगर Omen ने smoke plate दिया,
strong side needs to get there into elbow. In fact, no. Okay, they're going to get straight onto the side, ignoring elbow entirely. Still that same wall over towards that spawn side. Kesnit's asking for a bit of action, but Aspas has somehow been able to fall away and stay alive here. They've got to get rid of it, and eventually Glyph steps up with the bandit pipe. And at that time, all the retakers are here from MIBR. Fast flooding in, realizing that Envy are completely disrupted, don't have the weaponry to fight for it. And that's another chapter closed.
Aspas was in so much danger there, but he really makes the most of dodging around with the fast lane
almost 2 years complete. W Varun bhai, thank you for the 22 months of cast. दोस्त मेरी जान कर दे. माफ करो चिल्ला नहीं सकता. Love you मेरी जान कर दे. Thank you so much. Thank you support करने के लिए. Love you मेरी जान. Silent supporter ही कह दे.
There's just no hesitation.
This is Neon Ciclia. घिस के मारूंगा all shot off
करके. They understand the assignment in that situation. Complete it. 6-0.
It's hard to imagine a worse start that we saw on Haven, but at least Envy won the pistol in that map. Brutal. It's tough TV to see, and Aspas is going to take 2 heads off the rip. Verla going to push straight on in again. It's MIBR not giving Envy any room to breathe. No room to lean into this chamber comp. It's all gas, no brakes, and again, it's Demon One who is very aware of the encroaching threat.
Yeah.
I love it.
Bro, लेकिन timing भी off है.
Sequence.
वो angle में वैसा
भी anti-eco a bit more standard than the next round. Hey, that fast hit down
wide off angle में था.
Defense, that set piece we have, that worked beautifully on the gun round.
Timing भी off है.
Let's just do it again, but the variation is we're just going to contact through tiles. We're just going to walk it down. Catches off Envy completely.
We saw that same round though when Aspas popped the overdrive. Really similar approach.
Solo पर पनिश करना रहा होता हम लोग को मालूम है solo पर वो लोग को नहीं मालूम हो सकता है double up elbow लेकिन अगर double up elbow भी है तो भी तुम लोग ने smoke डाल दिया है wall बना दिया है city elbow direct crunch करने का एक shot लिया खड़े हो गए वो लोग.
Just to keep this weapon. Line him up, nice little spin there, and Verno hits him with the coup de grace. 12-3, and a 7-0 scoreline. Envy have shown up here, saw in stage 2.
Binks भाई बड़े दिनों बाद live आया सुबह में. By the first time चलो पहुंचा कल में. Congratulations मेरे जान को डे. Congratulations.
And you can see that Envy are trying to respond into that moment.
Celebrity operation. Thank you, Mirjan. Thank you, Mirjan.
MIBR, a contingency upon a contingency.
I feel like MIBR need a win like this, need a showing like this. So when was the last time, if ever this year, they had a blowout game? Oh wait, maybe we are the super team that people were talking about before the year even started kind of game. A reminder of who they are kind of game.
In fact, they were on the receiving end of the biggest blowout game.
So far. And now they're dishing it right back to the very same team.
Well, these guys have played twice before this game, so this would truly be a decider in that sense.
Cassette के ऊपर बहुत वो है यार.
There's been nothing short of decisive. It's pretty simple stuff. It's smoke back towards that spawn side. Also a wall thrown up. And Verno's going to play this same off angle that we saw earlier on. And Kesnet, I guess he was trying to clear that trip. That's all he could really do. Just watch the soul leave Envy in that round. Just depart their bodies en masse.
कैसे करेगा?
It's like Goku's charging a spirit bomb in the next postcode.
वो wall slide भी नहीं कर सकता उसका trip कोई नहीं तोड़ पाएगा खुद भी नहीं तोड़ पाएगा.
Kind of work into the side, the setup. Mizzino is ready for that situation as well in that
crossfire bhi hai.
Before Rossi is going for that like jump, you can place the wall kind of deep. So Mizzino is just ready to TV top box, have the angle over it.
Yeah.
And MIBR have
भी वो लोग बस सोवा अल्ट है वापस वो फाइट में वो लोग कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा.
And now it's hey, Envy are on a buy. All right, little aggressive move towards.
अभी वो लोग को पता है एम में वो लोग स्पेस या कुछ प्रेशर नहीं देंगे वन में के देख गया तो साउंड आएगा. मिड प्रेशर है 3 बंदे मिड आ गए.
Verno does not want to permit a top mid split here. Straight in the market now, but Mizzino's going to be waiting for the 10 spot pays off. Demon tries to switch over to Headhunter, but no glory. No happiness for him in that moment. And Mizzino is a brick wall pushing out of market in the
end. Binks are still on. Ethan, I've been doing this for last 5 years. I've been doing this for last 5 years. I like to watch all regions of Valorant VCT. What a great way to start my Friday, and the case timer started again. What? But I think this is the last map. I cannot wait for... wait, let me check. One second.
Also able to slow them down though and at least achieve player parity with a res. But Envy are no closer to this
58. Oh yeah, timer reset. Yep. 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
A site.
Was the region on top? Any specific team you are supporting? By the way, thank you for being here. That's very kind of you, Ethan. So kind of you.
Come in off the smoke fade.
Mighty wala jaake pyar do wahan pe, please.
You mentioned. Now they have to deal with Verno as well. Walled off. A lot of pressure on Tex.
Okay, Verno trying to set him up though here with the recon. Verno's going to have to wait until his trips give him that solid info. Rossi wraps around though.
Shot,
Rossi. Here from Envy. There's something in this round, surely.
Demon on spotted.
Verno low on bullets here. Demon 1 holding his ground.
No, it's a good round.
And that casual
not bad.
For MIBR.
Game is over, but good round.
Isn't quite enough to get them over the line. Although, don't count.
Why no KJ? Pura A side retake occupy and info. No, KJ is not
good. Good paranoia. Sets himself up with a free 1 versus 1. That's crazy. Gets out of the box. No, surely not. Oh, the fellow Chilean to finish the job.
Bro.
Straight up 1 versus 3 with zero respect.
We might
bro,
just need to end it now.
GG.
Do we have a
what?
I don't know if I can watch anymore.
ये कैसे throw किया?
Oh my God.
सुबह के 5:30 बजे. Hello?
That is one of the most brutal.
Bro, if I'm Mizzino, I don't defuse.
I've ever seen.
Put salt in wounds.
The paranoia is perfect here.
Thank you for the clutch.
Credit where it's due.
But please take this one.
Mizzino guarantees a 1v1.
What?
I can't imagine how they feel.
Listen.
I have received some
most excited MIBR moment, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's them. Though. Like, I always felt like this team.
What would your KD be?
I think it's for many of the MIBR players, it did more harm than good. Like they really wanted to keep a really calm baseline.
But not so sure. I don't use any tracker.
They don't want to be overly exuberant. They got a lot of players who are understated, prefer not to carry on too much.
Oh yeah, I mean your bronze 2 ranked teammate is getting more excited at a 2K than Mizzino at a 1v3 clutch in the VCT, man. It's ridiculous.
But again, they are so stable. That's supposed to be one of the hallmarks of this team. In fact, it's part of the structure.
Easy energy, Ethan, yes.
Just reign supreme.
Easy energy, Ethan.
And so, yes, no shock there. They don't go crazy, but I do not want to undersell just how back-breaking that moment was for Envy.
Wow, Zekin only 5 and 4. Has he fallen off, Mitch?
Champs winner here.
Is that a problem?
It's generational.
Looking into this. Yeah.
Then what time is it right now? Here it's
Run it back here for
5:30 a.m.
They're going to buy. It's not pretty.
And I'm
Half
up
armor,
since
they are running out of time to make their mark on this
11:30 p.m.
series.
No, I'm up since. What the fuck? 11:30 a.m. What? Whoa.
I mean, Stunner has had his eyes closed most of this game, I think. Every time I cut to him. I got a daring call in the moments before this round. We're going to listen into Team Envy. God help us all.
I'm here. Yo,
5 hours break. 4.5
hours. One more in me, probably. Yeah. Yes. Side. Slow behind us. Coming, guys. Side. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna clear elbow.
5v3.
Neono's here. I'm planning safe.
5v3.
Pineapple. Lane. Silver's lane, guys.
I'm walking down Silver. I'm with you, Chris. I'm with you.
5v2.
3. Just hold.
Still winnable. Considering.
Off me, guys.
There. One enemy remaining.
1v5. Still winnable, boys. Tex. 8 HP clutch. Ace clutch.
Walking out lane.
Hi. 10-0 में save.
Lane right now. I'm exiting T-spawn. Nice shot, guys.
Shit.
Not there it is.
Director of Champs
the
winning.
win in round number 11. One of the calls that stood out to me most midway through the round is Kesnick going, guys, look at our positions. It's 4 of them are stacked behind the box on that A site.
Are such a fun
It is pretty chaotic, the communication on this MD side.
Yeah, I would
a lot
say
of chatter.
Chaotic, still with a level of determination though. Definitely not a sense that they've given up in the way that they're speaking to each other. Like, the communication is still intense, you know what I mean? Like, they're not out of the game in that regard, it feels like. So that is a plus.
And it's something to hang their hat on here in this first half. But it's their last round, naturally. Still makes that pistol ever so important in the second half. MIBR. This time slow it down. No thrust up mid, no aggressive A push.
Chat.
I actually want to try and anchor this B side.
Quick trivia question. Do you know why Envy is losing?
Top mid presence for Dino. 1 hit by the flash, and there's a pinch on his left. He's going to give that space up and now return.
Binks by go to slip place.
Ahead of this, he doesn't actually want to take contact on this A side.
Because
try and maybe play off the Phoenix.
They have a player Knight.
The best he can really do is wait, delay with the paranoia, and try to set someone else up. And Zekin's going to Zekin, and that's the catch spike down as well.
Okay, there is a slow warp here, so Zekin can't advance too much further, but I think he's done more than enough here to take the wind out of Envy's sails.
Yeah, absolutely. It's forcing them into this mid-round reset, but they have no space elsewhere on the map.
Zekin just pushes solo up
no
short.
rest fight. Kill. There is no blind on the neon stand.
All right, top mid. It's not a split though. It is a full commitment. He's able to take 1, and there's going to be some Boba presence now as Kesnit's brought back into the game via the res.
And it's high value.
Oh
no! Shooting from Tex. Oh my God!
Absolutely ruined. 3 kills for Tex, and that's more than enough. Envy come to a screeching halt deep in enemy territory.
Tex really looking solid today, and he played great on Sunset in their first match as well. He is looking much sharper these last couple weeks than he's looked, I think, the rest of the year up until this point. And hey, maybe he's getting into that zone at the right time of the year to make this Champions run actually come to fruition.
What a pace shift there for MIBR. Yeah, the stank face there from Fraud. I don't blame the guy.
सुबह सुबह भूत बना दिया.
Yeah, they're looking great today. They're looking dominant today, but there's still a long road ahead of them to make it to Champions. This is step 1, though, of that journey, getting their first win in stage 2.
Bro, clean sweep, bro.
Halftime here on Sunset. It's 11-1 favoring MIBR. So get on back quick after halftime because we might have much more.
एकदम helpless, right? 13-4, 13-1. What? सालसा म्यूजिक बेबी. क्या फायदा तुम लोग सिंगल हो. ओपिनियन दो ना, हेट क्या कर रहे हैं? क्या ओपिनियन भाई? क्या हो गया? भाई कोई भी टीम को हेट करने का किधर हो रहा? इधर नहीं, सीधा बैन. ठीक है, पॉइंटलेस गार्ड दो. क्या बोला पॉइंटलेस? उसका नाम ही पॉइंटलेस है भाई. क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम लोग?
Well, folks, not here for a long time, but for a good
it's
time.
It's
almost guaranteed.
losing 10 rounds in a row. तो वो लोग क्या surrender कर दे? This only team is just
It's been a tough run
zero
here.
zero shooting.
4 rounds, 1 on their map pick
Playing
of
for
Haven,
stats so
and
that
on
they can
Sunset,
get a
they've
better
somehow managed to
contract
look even
in some other T1
less
team.
sure of themselves. Seeing Zeno clutch on them, I said it to you in the break, it looked like watching Anderson Silva show his own female, trying to kick someone.
Brutal scenes.
Yes.
Now, you say, Envy, not sure of themselves. I feel like I've never seen MIBR feel
Batman
more
का गाना
sure of
सुना नहीं?
themselves. Every call, every round is
T-Shirt का hit दे
decisive, and
सकता
you're
है,
watching
को दे सकता है
Aspas
specifically.
just all in, committing
But
on the
point
plays,
तो
no
है,
hesitation, and it's
यही भाई,
resulted in
यही
him putting up
एक चुत्ते
16
को बाकी
kills for
चुत्ते
6
दिखते हैं और
deaths. He's
point
taking
नजर आता
points,
है, वही
and
point
he's
है.
hitting the shots.
And there were times, and I feel guilty for suggesting this, there were times where I wondered if Aspas had a legitimate desire to
Stats के लिए
change
खेल रहे बोला
as a player,
VCT
revolve in the direction that the game was
for
pulling
better
him.
contract.
But this should allay any doubts that you have about his ability to stay with the times and remain a
Regional match
potential
हो रहा है
world
क्या?
beater in a very foreign meta from where the one that he really, found his glory moments in. MIB are on the attack side here in this pistol. They're going to clear
Did you
that
watch
Sage wall to
previous
some
match on
degree.
the
as
bro?
Envy try
I
and
do
set up a
3
big
region
elbow
watch
stack that
party for
isn't gonna be
5
tested.
years. Nobody
gonna
plays
be
for
text, though.
stats.
Might have seen or heard this cross top mid. It's not sure.
Houtier.
Yeah, that B side of the map is looking mighty open over there.
कितना भी हारेंगे ना वो लोग 11-0 भी रहेगा ना तो भी वो लोग stats के लिए निकलेंगे last round.
West Side second part of that.
Giving that one up.
Very submissive and plannable.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, ठीक है. Chat was right.
This is Spike getting in. Sidima one, try and work his way back in through Boba, but there are a large number of MIBR players here to make the fight. Nice little ping out on Zekin, but he's going to get back to safety. Verno and Zekin, can they handle this flood? We're about to find out. First shots are good. Oh, it's all Verno. Zekin chimes in. And Envy simply serve themselves up to the wood chipper. Say, please put me out of my misery.
Yeah, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
5-man city retake, hello?
Just looking insane today.
Yep. Okay, so
we're at a place though, Mitch. I already know the conversation that's about to happen. There is going to be a damn MIBR look really good, and then the response is going to be, boy, but it was against Envy though, so this doesn't matter.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Doing my job
for
for us. That is going to happen, but I really do believe that we've seen enough from MIBR in this game and in the Week 1 game we've seen enough evidence, rather, to support that, hey, this is looking like a different MIBR. They're playing in a different way. Aspas is playing in a different way. They're leading into the speed of Xeon, and it is looking good for them.
But can they make this their flaw? That's what they've been searching for so far. We know this team has so much potential.
एक सेकंड लेट भी टैग करना तो भी वो
a ceiling that in theory we may never have seen before with this mix of players. But they needed a solid baseline. They needed on an average day. A random Tuesday could come into the server and look this good. Stinger's still pretty strong.
This is a good time push from Envy down mid. It's going to put a whole lot of kills on West.
No.
No. He's got a molly as well. He could get the heal.
Built that up pretty damn quick. Flash reset as well. Look at him actually getting off that molly. He doesn't know where Demon 1 is.
Oh my god.
All right. Demon 1, believing that his patience will pay off, and it does. Eventually catches second as he doubles back. And Envy will take what they can get at this point. They force up into Stingers to stay in the game, and it pays off. They even take a Vandal out of the round. Any deep thoughts here?
I'm just watching the replay play out. I can't say, I mean, asking anyone to have deep thoughts at this point in the game is... You're really asking for the most from anyone who's participating in this viewing. So no, I can't say I have any of those, but fair play to Envy at least for staying alive for just one more round.
ये देखो try harders.
What are they going to have to do to make you a believer here, Mitch?
VCT चल रहा है. Oh my God.
You don't want to talk to me?
I was talking to a producer.
That's all right, bro. Donut wall. I mean, just what's the point in having a co-caster?
लेकिन वहाँ पे अच्छा था
Just turn up to work alone tomorrow, bro.
ये अच्छा था. Neon तब तक वो proper 1 second तक था जब तक Omen वो angle नहीं देखा.
He gives me about as much feedback as you did in that round. I'll ask you a question.
Okay, I'm getting flamed. I was talking to our producer.
Good morning, Binks. Bye. Good morning.
Getting aired by my co-caster.
That's all right. We'll move on.
Winnable?
Huh? 12 and 3 for you,
deep thoughts here for this next round, buddy?
Oof. Okay, so honestly, if Envy do that again, if they do it 9 more times,
what the walk down mid and or just like the kill,
just
the killing
just
them,
winning the round
part.
actually even more. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going.
No,
big
comp में लेकिन कुछ left right
Gotta
कुछ
see the
करना
vision.
पड़ेगा. कैसे को उतना
Because if they
help
don't
नहीं
win,
मिल रहा
they'll
कोई भी
lose.
fight तो पता है. हर जगह जाएगा या फिर ओमेन ब्लाइंड आता है, फिर फिनिक्स ब्लाइंड आता है, या फिर आसपास स्लाइड करेगा, स्टन करेगा, या फिर ट्रिप में बसता है. ट्रिप भी नहीं टूट रहे, इन्फो भी नहीं है कहाँ पे डाल.
Two plays with the paranoia and a self flash there as it never quite got around the corner.
कुछ लोगों को
awkward for
चेंज
MIBR,
करना
but they're
पड़ेगा.
still determined to push up into this space, and they might get it for free.
Now, in this moment, it's going to be tough to not have a level of recency bias. But how is this making you feel just thinking about MIBR, what they need to do to make champs this stage? They've got 4 points right now. If they win this, they're going to have 5.
पूरा साइड खाली वो लोग रीटेक पोस्ट पे है ही नहीं.
It's going to be pretty important. We've talked about identity so much this stage already. I think finding that at this early stage, it's about as late as you could ask for,
fight करने वाले सीधा pro
and still feel like you have a good chance in the postseason. And yeah, of course, there's an asterisk because MD are struggling, but we see this style refined, developed against some tougher opposition potentially, then yes, I'm bought in. Demon 1 in trouble, the last bastion between his team and a pretty brutal loss. That's a 13-3 recorded on Sunset, folks. There's only 7 rounds conceded by MIBR over the course of the series. Yeah, I'm thinking they're back.
It really does feel like a hungrier, more passionate MIBR than we've seen previously in this year. Winning in that way, playing the way that he's playing on the Neon, taking point, unafraid to take fights, unafraid to hunt down kills. Just kind of like stat pad vibes sometimes, but I like to see that from him, honestly, just because it's so juxtaposed to the maps that were frustrating people earlier in the year. Like when you're thinking about him, jet op attack on Fracture, and people want so much more out of him. Well, I feel like we're getting that right now.
No answer.
I think that's what gave rise to this narrative.
Okay, chat, that is it. I think it was a W. Kitna? 16-17 hour stream today. W stream, W matches, all Gucci. See you guys in few hours again for another 16-hour stream. Bye bye. Good night to some. Good morning to some. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. See ya. Love you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Find you a star, and we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do. I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle. Like if somebody be so beautiful, yeah. It's only a dream. It's how I feel. You deserve better.